My boy. We are here another week here on the Domino Effect Conversations with Mike and
it's me, Pratt.
That's it right there. It is your host that does the absolute most sometimes. Young Nike fan amazing one, aka Young Michael. You understand? Now, before we kick things off, I know you like to pay a couple bills first. We got to pay homage to those that pay homage to us. So let me leave you with this upcoming in 2 weeks.
Talking all that hot shit. You can watch the clip go minus 55, see, make it frostbite. Fuck out.
The way that played right there. Hold on. I like it this way. Sorry.
You can watch the clip go minus 55, see, make it frostbite. Fuck out of here. And I'm Casper, a killer, and they learning this, son. And niggas don't believe in ghosts till they turn into one. Time.
Sonic, the motherfucking poet. If poetry was a gun, then my pen is fully loaded. Time.
I'm here to let you know. If it's stuffing in your skull, I put it on my soul. Gray matter, bitch. Fuck out of here. Table shit. New York City.
Talented, blessed, lyrical, leaked, aka the table. If you ever heard me say Nike fan shit, table shit, that's where it come from. Be on the lookout. They'll be on the Domino Effect, on a special edition of the Domino Effect, coming October 20th, 10:30 p.m. That is a Friday. All my battle rap fans, if you heavy into battle rap, you want to tune into that episode. We got 4 up-and-coming battle rappers that's going to give you their insight, perspective, experience, and just a whole little backstory of what brought them to the battle rap game, the battle rap community, and what they expect going forward, etc., etc. I expect big things from my boys coming in 2024 for sure. You understand that? Now, let me pay a little bit more bills. Y'all know how we do it every Thursday. We got Talking Monkey Business with Monkey Man, Relationship Thursday, 6:30. Every Thursday night. Your boys definitely be on the show. Even when we're not on the show, still check them out because they still be doing big things and big things coming from them also. You understand? Can't forget my boy Hunter Hill over there, Hustle for Change. My boy got a nonprofit going. He reaches out he does things for community outreach. They be having back to school drives. I'm sure they're gonna have a toy drive this for Christmas or whatever. Be on the lookout for that. Hunter, if you in here, please drop your business page so my people can come flock to you. Also, I feel like I'm rushing through this. Do you feel like I'm rushing through that?
Nah, you doing it like it needs to be done.
Okay, bet. Okay, my boys over there at the GCP Trucking and Transportation Team No Rest. That's my boy George H.U. Umpter. Can't forget my boy on the show, Pratt Baxter the Fourth. Look at what you have there.
Please believe.
Hey, can't forget my boy Ben the Ghost. That's my boy too, man. Make sure y'all check them boys out. If you need your stuff transposed, moved, and grooved, you know who to choose.
Man.
Let them know. Also, this ain't part of paying bills. I just want to do this because that's my boy, and he got some huge honors this week. I got to give it up for my boy Mike T. Okay, my bad. Coach Mike T. My bad. Let me put the proper respect on my boy, Coach of the Week. Mike T. Why is my phone ringing? Like you saying? All right. Coach of the Week, Mike T. Oh, hold on. Got too much going on. Yeah, Coach of the Week, Mike T. Over there at the Side Lakes Middle. Oh, high school. I'm sorry, my bad. Y'all read it right. The South End Independent School District has given him the opportunity to thrive in what he loved to do, which is coach. Met my boy through football. It's good to see him giving back to the football world, working out with the kids. Let's get more people like Coach T, Coach Mike T in the community. We need more like you, my boy. All right. So,
excuse me.
What we got this week, my boy? You know what we got this week. I got footing the bill. Now, I know a lot of y'all saying, oh, we got people in the chat going crazy right now. All right.
Oh, it's already going down?
Yes, sir. I know a lot of y'all are asking, what is footing the bill? Well, footing the bill is the consequences of bad choices, right? Like, okay, if you choose to run the streets. You choose to slang dope. You choose to be a D-boy. What ended up happening? Death or jail, right?
Right.
So when it's time to pay the piper, when it's time to foot the bill, so to speak, who's paying for it?
Oh, it's you.
The person
That's the
that
thing.
made
The bill is supposed to come to whoever enjoyed whatever it is that's being charged.
For sure. Now, let me make sure we give out. We gotta do what we always do this week, y'all. We gotta give a shout out to people that's in the group, because the group popping right now. My boy Rod from last week. What's good with you? My cousin Tasha from the 405. She in here. Hey Tasha, CJ. Hey CJ, inbox me your logo so we can pay your bills when we paying bills. We need to pay the bills for you too also. Mike T, for sure. My boy in here? Nah, he ain't in here just yet. My boy Will. Shout out to Will, you know what I'm saying? He run that AOG. Also, big shout out to Will, man. I feel like my boy Will, he's in the chat right now, Will Waddell. I feel like he don't get enough love for what he does with the kids. Like he's another one that I've seen like be with kids, like work them out through the football, little league, guiding them in the right direction, strength and conditioning. He always giving back to his son's friends, etc., and the kids on his team. And I feel like we need to give Will more love with that, man. Oh God. My boy James in here. Gas. All right, y'all. Let me read Ross' comment. We can get started. She say, my bad. I'm sorry. He said, when I make my arrest, I tell him that's nothing personal, but hopefully you can learn and understand from this one. Treat him with the utter respect. Nah, for sure. Now, I'm about to play a video, y'all, and it's about to give you a clear-cut example of what I mean by footing the bill.
Because we got all this testosterone, and we don't know how.
Hold on, y'all. Let me rewind it.
A lot of us don't want to deal with the pain because we didn't learn how to deal with pain. This is where daddy not being there fucks up so many of us, because we got all this testosterone and we don't know how to deal with pain in a masculine way. So we end up bitching out. We end up dealing with pain in a feminine way because we was raised by our mamas. And there's no shot at the mothers. But mothers cannot raise sons effectively to deal with male emotions. Emotions and testosterone are fucking dangerous.
Man.
Pain has a purpose, but incorrectly channeled through feminine emotions in a masculine frame leads to chaos and destruction. Because all it takes is that one bad decision, one wrong move, one wrong step, and you can have life-altering choices. This is why training is so important. Discipline is so important. Power is not a boy's game. It's a man's pursuit.
Man.
Now, what you got to add to that? People in the comments, let us know what's your opinion on that. And that's a perfect example of what I mean by footing the bill. And what he said, daddies that ain't there. What's one of the things that I stretch the most on this show? Men, do not create families that you do not intend to stick around for. Because ultimately, when it comes back around full circle, who's footing that bill? It's not just the mother. It's ultimately your child.
Yep. It's the whole community. We can see that across the board. The whole African American community suffering.
So what you got to add to that video?
Man, I don't know. I think he was pretty concise and clear with what he said. I mean, if you've ever been in a situation as a guy, especially being a black male in America, you can pop off a little bit and they'll be like, okay, he wilding out. He was overly aggressive and he was this, and I'm dark skinned. They always think dark skinned brothers going to wild out and tear up a room or something. And I'm like, I'm just expressing myself as zealously as you are. You got energy. I'm expressing myself energetically too, but man, just chill out, man. Calm down. I'm like, you louder than I am. So that perspective of having sometimes just expressing it, even though it's not way over the top or out of control, just expressing it, you already in a situation where it could be perceived as you just over the top, you aggressive, you a mad black dude, or crazy or whatever. So imagine when you really are out of control. Imagine getting a situation where you can't control your emotions. I've had women say, that's just how I am. I just can't control it when I just see red. And I've heard a lot of them say, I just see red, I just go off. And some of them have worse stories than others, but most of them are like, I went off, I did some stuff that was stupid, and I either had to pay for some stuff or whatever was done. But when we do that, in a lot of cases, we end up locked up.
You know, you know how the statistic goes, right? 85% of prison is populated by who? Men that came from where? Single parent household.
Single parent homes.
And remember the other statistic: if 80% of our children are born in a single parent household, what does that mean? And this is part of footing the bill. Like all these things go hand in hand. What's suffering is our children. What's ultimately suffering beyond our children is the community, and most importantly, the perspective of the community. Like I see a bunch of posters on here that say, "Well, I'm tired of conversations that pit the men versus the women or whatever." But how do we properly identify what's what if we can't understand what our initial roles in this life are, right? Like stop, like correct me if I'm wrong, bro. Like stop me if I'm getting off the rails here. Stop.
No, you're not.
But with these conversations, these uncomfortable conversations, that these are what needs to be had. And they have to be. Now, in about another 30 minutes, I'm gonna get Christina back on from last week because she has a very interesting perspective on some of these things, and I feel like it should be heard. And also, my ladies that's in the chat, please come on the show. Like we want our women to be engaged in this conversation more than just in the comments. We want you to come on screen. I mean, there's options to where you ain't got to put the camera on if you don't want the camera on, but your voice can be heard. Please express your views on this because we both have to have this conversation.
Yep. So
let me read on. My boy Will say, "Thanks, my boy. I don't do it for the love. I do it just for the love of the kids, family. Show." My boy P say, "Got to be prepared to take them consequences and repercussions of the choices you choose to make. For sure, is always pros and cons and choices you make in life. What do I always say, Hooks? There's no choice you make that's 100% pros and 0% cons. But there are some choices that's 100% cons and no pros. Show. Just how it is." Ross say exactly. He's comment off Paris. He say exactly, but everyone has a choice to do and want to be better than what we were or are. That's pretty good, Roy. I can't even lie about that. We got Brittany in the chat, y'all. Brittany Marbley, what's up with you? Oh, CJ says she agree with everything he said. She talking about the video on all levels. Facts for sure, Big Mike. And CJ also says hello to everyone in the chat. Christina says men in general don't know how to express their emotions no matter who raised them. I'm like, I gotta give some pushback on that.
I think it's a lot of falsity. A lot of people say women are emotional, men aren't emotional. Men are just humans are emotional beings. It is just that there are usually more consequences felt or that are received when men express their emotions out of control, which is what he's talking about. So, I'm around guys at the job. I'm around women at the job, and I think both of them are just as emotional. You just a lot of times see more emotional responses from women.
The thing is, like, a lot of us try to go against our biological DNA, right? Like, biologically, a man is in tune to operate logic, then emotion. Our women are biologically tuned to go emotion over logic. Now, that does not mean, and I understand how that can get lost in translation. That does not mean a woman cannot propose a logical thought or make a logical choice. It just means that more often than not, you are likelier to answer things from a place of your feelings. That's why whenever I interact on certain questions, I say, try not to answer the question with "I feel," "it seems," "it looks like," because these are all perceptional terminologies. Because it could look like one thing. That doesn't necessarily mean that's what it is.
Now, put the emotional and the logical together and look what you got. You got a better structure because you have two perspectives working together to solve a problem. That's why the men and women come together like that as a cohesive unit.
Now, it's crazy that we started with this. And Christina's going to join us in a few seconds here. She's about to come in. It's crazy that we start there because this goes right along with it. Hold on, wait, that ain't it. I got to find it. There we go. Can you read that, my brother?
Oh shoot, man, my contact's tripping. Okay. Y'all be having daddy issues, just like y'all say women do. I see so many men was that talking down on women on here every time somebody share a status about females, unfriend me. If that's
If
you,
that's what you
cause
do.
oh really? If that's you, because y'all be having single moms, that's just like the females y'all talk about. Shut the cuss up about women today and worry about your mama couldn't keep a man and your daddy wasn't around. The cuss. All right. I need y'all to
There's
start using punctuation online. I'm like, for
oh
real,
no,
I'm an
brother. It's not
intellectual and I'm reading
it's
that. I don't know where to cuss your expression and your emotion is in this. Not personal. A lot of people do that, but that gummit.
all right.
Oh,
Now, but pay attention, but pay attention at the very bottom what I asked.
all right. Let me see where you at, man.
I'm the last comment
Well,
at the very bottom.
yeah, you always ask that question because it does most times come back to it. Who raised them?
Because
A lot
again,
of, like you said, a lot of the men that women say they hate was raised by women.
now listen. Children, and all my parents out there that has children, especially if you have multiple children. Correct me if I'm wrong here. Don't children follow whatever the most consistent example is?
That is the
And
tendency.
if the mother is the most consistent, well, okay. And if the mother is the most consistent example, what is the child most likely to follow?
No.
But it goes back to what we were saying at the beginning. Men, do not create families that you don't intend to stick around for, because who's footing the bill? Okay, example. I give you an example. I got a homegirl, right? She got a couple kids. She got like 4 girls, 1 son. Right? And let's say, not let's say, like I'll use let's say, because I don't want to make this personal. That's why I ain't gonna drop no names. So let's say she's constantly cleaning up after him, right? Pick up after him. He never cleans his room, whatever's whatever. What likely ends up happening here? He grows up to believe what? A woman should clean up after him. Now, is that function? Would that be a healthy function within a relationship?
No.
No, because she's gonna complain. Like, oh, you nasty. Like, what kind of who raised you? Like, why are you so dirty? Like, who didn't teach you to pick up after yourself? You know what I'm saying? Like, these type of things. But that's why it's important that structure have to come in. There have to be structure somewhere. We had to be structured somewhere, man.
That's what I'm talking about.
So let me read some of this. CJ say, I feel safe places truly haven't been I feel safe places truly been created. What? I feel safe places haven't truly been created to learn effective expression. I could go with that.
Absolutely.
But I will say this though. In 2023, we live in an informative age to where if you really looking for the info to something, you can find it if you look hard enough for it. But you gotta want to know.
Well, like, so I will say this. Back in the gap, I know when we was growing up, if a boy got hurt, and I'm not talking about seriously hurt, I'm talking about he was running, look back, fall over, you tripped in the grass, homie, get up. Like, as long as he don't start acting weird or whatever, most of the guys will be like, he all right. And when you get older, you kind of have that same mentality. A lot of the older guys will be like, man, you all right, just deal with it. You all right. So I would say more back then we were restricted. Nowadays, kids go online and express. They have groups of friends. There's much more than just the people that are right around you to express. And to me, they seem much more expressive. I would say that a healthy training or somebody showing them the proper way to do it, maybe. Or I guess so. What my mind is really telling me, when it comes down to it, a lot of consequences being removed. So some expressing randomly, some bottling it up, and then they express it with a weapon. So there's no guidance on there. There's really nobody really raising kids. There's a lot of kids that are just being raised by online and TV. And so there's really no real guidance. Like, I don't know, man. That's just, I'm trying to get articulated, but it's just no guidance. There's no one showing them, okay, You can feel a certain way, but your behavior has consequences. Even biblical, it says, okay, so a man thinketh, so is he, but every man is judged according to his deeds. So you can think some nasty cuss, have it in your heart, but when you do it, that consequence is yours. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, don't that run along with the phrase God knows my heart?
Yeah, it's a lot. A lot of people say God knows my heart. I'm like, we know your deeds. That's why we over here and you by yourself over there. Because you've been doing some dastardly stuff.
You know some dastardly deeds. All right. My boy Ross say it's a flaw. He's responding to Christina comment. He said it's a flaw of men. We try to be tough and do manly things, but in reality, it needs to be voiced and not bottled in. Right? Yeah. That's right. Tell her right. But what we also need to understand that there's a way of going about it. Like, you ever heard the expression that what they say? Like, you speak with a soft, like he speak with a soft voice, but he carry a big stick or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because like I'm about to do something on this show that I ain't never did. And it's about to sound very crazy, but just follow me for a second. You ever watch SpongeBob?
I've seen clips of SpongeBob. I've never just...
You know what it is, though, right? It's cartoon.
Know what it is.
Now, there's a character on there named Plankton, right?
Okay.
Plankton is the Wile E. Coyote to Mr. Krabs' Roadrunner, right?
Okay.
So Plankton said one thing on that show, and it stood out to this day. It is so true. He said people get very loud when they want to sound smart.
Dang.
So,
God damn.
That's tough, ain't it? That's a cartoon that said that.
That's funny.
You know, I seen that when I was like in the 6th grade, and that just stuck out to me. Like, people talk very loud when they want to sound smart. That's why I say there's a way you could do it. Like
some fake alphas.
Right. All right. And even if you want to take it in the gangster way, in the G code, it say gangsters move in silence, right? You ain't gotta discuss your move. Just let them know when you see the move is going down, right? Those empty trash can make the most noise, right? All these things go hand in hand with the way things are supposed to be done and conveyed. Mm-hmm. Now, speaking sternly and speaking firmly does the same job as you yelling. But Kevin Samuels used to say all the time, why would you want to yell and be wrong? You could be loud and wrong.
It happens a lot.
And when you interact and when you're interacting with a woman, like if you're yelling, she's not gonna get the message. Like the message is not gonna be there. It's just gonna be yell, and it's gonna lead to a shutdown. It's gonna lead to a bunch of emotional verbiage going back and forth, and it's now you're talking at me instead of talking to me.
Yeah, I think, and CJ was saying something like that too. She was saying that men are like that too. Your tone and your, what did you say, CJ? Your tone and your hold up. My bad, y'all. I clicked off for a second. Now it's gone. I can't even find it. But anyway, it's in the comments if you see it. Oh, tone and delivery. Thank you. Tone and delivery will definitely turn a dude off and where he just like, okay. Because I mean, sometimes you had them fake machos, and then sometimes you have people. I'm just an intellectual. You know, if you explain it to me and give me the solid facts, or even if you say this is the way I feel, and when you do that, it makes me feel like that. Well, I don't want you to feel bad. So even though what I did may not be wrong, if there's really no moral consequence to it, okay, well, I don't have to smirk if you stumble or, you know, I'm goofy. If you trying to be cute in high heels and you do that, I'm probably gonna chuckle. But if that make you feel bad, I'm like, Mom, I'm sorry, I'm just goofy. That my bad. I didn't mean to make you feel. I mean, I'll watch a whole YouTube video on women walking in heels and falling. Shameful.
It's shameful, ain't it? Now, and my chat members in here. What are some other critical? What are some other critical points? Negative critical points that could lead to the other party, unfortunately, footing the bill. So,
see what that chat.
Y'all help me out with that. Like, let's spin that in the chat right now. Let's talk about that. Now, Christina say women do too. Now she's speaking on her other comments. She said women do too, but it's only because men say y'all are too emotional. So women bottle that shit up because men still mess over it no matter how much they express themselves. Hold on now. Now, we got to be reasonable here, Christina. Now, just like I can't lump all the women in one category, can't lump all the men in one category because we're all not the same. Now, there's a majority, there's a minority. There's a majority, there's a few. Now, and you said it last week. You say you only had 2 real relationships since you was an adult. So you're using 2 relationships to cover the rest of us. That's not a good enough sample size. That's why I tell people all the time, like, using your personal experience as the gauger is once you boil it all the way down, you know, that fraction size becomes smaller. But my boy Joe say, damn, I caught y'all online. My boy Joe Antoine, he too real. Like you said. My boy Canoe in here. And Joe say, the Bible says God knows my heart and he knows it's wicked of all things. That's the script. That what you got on that, Hooks?
Man, that's real. That's all that stuff bottles up in your heart. One thing I learned when I was young, and I used to say was, your actions are justified by you doing them. Most actions, and I'm getting into the whole men-women thing. I would say probably more. It's a higher percentage by maybe a margin for men, because in most cases, if we do so, it's like, yeah, I meant to hit you. I meant to do this. I meant to do that. Mm-hmm. In this day and age, maybe a little bit less. But I know, like, when we were in school, you didn't have nobody accidentally messing with you. People was, oh man, my bad, man. I was just playing. I ain't mean to say that. Nah, they meant to say that. We have these actions. We do this stuff on purpose.
In truth.
Huh?
They say the best joke becomes rooted in truth.
Yeah, because it has a little bit of truth to it. I mean, some of the best comedians. Dave Chappelle, to me, Eminem of comedy. That truth and the way he spin that.
Yeah, I love his dark humor, bro.
Yeah, he's crazy, man. I love it. So I don't know, man. I think a lot of times we have in our consciousness what we want to do, and we do them. We're doing what we want to do. I think the problem is we perceive the outcome is going to be different than it is. And then instead of correcting and adjusting when we see an outcome that we don't want, we go back. So let me tell you a little something personal about me that I usually don't go personal, but I was thinking about it the other day. One of the dumbest things that I ever did was I did something, saw an outcome I didn't like, and made myself feel good about the outcome or justified it, made it okay. And I ended up making it a habit. Now I got a habit that produces something I don't want. Mm-hmm. That's what we see a lot of nowadays. We build up these habits with outcomes that we don't want. And instead of saying, I need to break the habit, we justify it with, well, like the slut walk. Oh, slut is whatever I'll define it to be. Nope, it's what it's always been. Just that's doing something, getting a bad result, and redefining it so you don't feel bad about it.
Our culture is the queens and kings of redefining things.
Ooh, redefine it, man.
It's like, bro, okay. And the one I love the most is boss. Ooh, I have fun with that one. Boss.
Is what?
Boss. What a boss really is.
Oh yeah.
Boss, B-O-S-S.
That was always funny. Yeah.
Bro, okay. Y'all for that don't know, a boss is someone that gives order. A boss have workers. If you are a self-proprietor, you are not a boss. You simulate what a boss is, but you are a boss, worker, safety, HR, etc., payroll, etc., etc. You do all these things in one. Like, we've redefined what the word means.
Yeah.
And I get, they say, well, it's affirmation. It's empowerment. Empowering what? What is it empowering?
Like I said, I think it just justifies the failure, and you can't do that because you'll never sharpen if you do that. You need people around you that will help sharpen you. Iron sharpens iron. If it's just you and you correct and you.
And that's no knock on nobody that owns and operates their own business.
No.
But the word has a definition.
Yes.
You can't
a functional definition.
What it means.
Yeah.
Like, if that's the case, we might as well throw the entire English language away and just start using urban language. It's the same thing.
Or just do like I do. Make up a word.
Make up words. Hey,
Make up words.
Uscology is a real language. Uscology.
Assign whatever you want to.
USKOLGY. Uscology.
Uscology.
And all right, let me read. CJ says that was our first experience, and I learned from it. That's why you my girl. Fuck with you. You know that. And what you all saying was correct. I just took offense because of the delivery and she's explaining. Okay, gotcha. And I almost missed the message. For sure. And the thing is, the way I started, I state a fact. Naturally, you're gonna argue the fact. What you're gonna argue with? It's probably a bunch of feelings and emotions. Now, the part where it goes off the rails is when people don't like which side of the fact they lie on. Yeah. Again, I can put myself in a negative statistic. 80% of divorce, 80%, 50% of marriages end in what? Divorce. Out of that 50% who initiate the divorce. I mean, 80% of that 50 who initiates the divorce. I've been divorced. So I feel negatively on statistics. That's just how I go. Unfortunately. Boy,
I'm trying to get this video for you, Mike.
Go ahead.
My bad. I ain't mean to cut you off. It kind of glitched, but yeah, I'm trying to get this video for you.
P says to me, boss means a mofo who is handling his business, simple and plain. But that's not the actual definition.
The functional definition, yeah.
That's not the functional definition of the word. That's all we're saying. Like somebody that's handling their business is just somebody that's consistent, right? Somebody that's persistent, right? Somebody that's determined. Like all these other words can literally be synonymous with what you just said. Somebody's goal-minded, right? Goal-oriented, right? Like, why are we shorting the word now? You know what I'm saying? But I'll play this video for y'all one time. My peeps and fellas, pay close attention.
What you cannot control. Wait now. Sisters, when I use the word control, that makes you upset sometimes because you don't want nobody to control you. But no man can protect what he cannot control. Now, you don't have to be a control freak because she has a right to rebel against ignorance that masquerades itself in the form of a controller. I gotta set a balance here.
Did y'all get that? Did y'all get that message that my boy said? Men, you cannot protect what you cannot control. But she has a right to rebel against your control if you're masquerading control with ignorance.
And it's very funny because a lot of times when we talked about that, a lot of women rebel. They would always say,
They want me to run it back. They want me to run it back.
Run it back.
Protect what you cannot control. You cannot protect what you cannot control. Wait. Sister, when I use the word control, that makes you upset sometimes because you don't want nobody to control you. But no man can protect what he cannot control. Now, you don't have to be a control freak because she has a right to rebel against ignorance that masquerades itself in the form of a controller. I gotta set a balance here.
You see what he said at the end? I got to set a balance here.
Gotta be balanced. Just like the emotional response and the logical response. That's a balance.
It gotta be balanced.
Man.
Now, man, I want you to hear that. Like, as much as that was for the women, that was a hidden message in there for us. And the part that I want to zero in on is the part where it says she has the right to rebel against ignorance, masquerading itself as control. Basically, in other words, she could rebel against your leadership if your leadership is operating dangerously. But women, my women, my women out there. You know, I love women out there, right? The part where it becomes a downside for y'all at is when you have babies by this man that was masquerading his control with ignorance. And guess who ends up footing the bill? The children, you, and your next relationship.
Yep.
Let's talk about it. If I could ever steal a phrase from Monkey Man, let's talk about it. Let's talk about footing that bill. So, what's going on, D Black? An example of a man masquerading his control with ignorance is lack of consistency, lack of determination, lack of understanding who and what his role is in his lifetime.
Yeah, no vision.
Giving you short-term wins with no long-term provisions. I'm gonna say that again. Giving you a short-term win with no long-term provisions. I ain't gonna lie. You got something to feed on that.
Man, bro, I'm thinking about so much because I was talking to D about it earlier. And I was liking it too. I say, you know, you get your credit card statement. Basically, you can call it a bill. And you're looking at all these charges on there, all this stuff you enjoyed over that month's time, them 30 days, 28, whatever the cycle, hit. And you're looking at this and you got all this stuff on here. Now you're looking at the $2,000 at the bottom and you're like, man, I don't got no $2,000 to throw at this. But you enjoyed all that other stuff as it was happening. So we were just talking about different perspectives. I want to let him talk because I think he's in tonight. I want to let him talk about the perspectives on that, and then we'll bounce back because I really want to see what Chrissy Pink got to say too. So I don't want to get too much in it. I talked to you about it today. I talked to him about it today. So, I kind of got all that extra energy that I had about it off. But I want to see what the people got to say about when you look at that charge at the end of the night and you've been popping bottles and doing shots, 40 years old, 30 years old. It could be one relationship that was 6 months and you had all the fun and all that up until the end. The bill comes due and you like, oh, so what did you have? Did you have this and that? You start looking at who gonna pay what.
Okay, I remember there's a saying. It goes, it costs the floss.
Yeah,
you gotta pay the cost to be the boss, right?
Man,
you run up the charges. Somebody gotta pay for it. You enjoy the festivities. Now, CJ says, if you're not leading properly, I am not following. Not going to damn them, but when you know better, you do better.
That is true. So then it behooves us to define what properly is, because a lot of women say that same thing. So properly has to be defined. If it's undefined, then we're gonna be winging it.
Right. And I always say, when you say things like that, you're gauging it with something, right? Because if you could tell me what's wrong, you could definitely tell me what's right. Because in order for it to be wrong, we had to know what was right, correct?
Potentially. We do have a sense.
How do you know 2 + 2 is not 5?
Okay, so if you're talking about those type of tangibles, yes. 2 + 2 is 5, because if you grab 2 apples and you grab 2 more apples, or it can be 2 of anything and add 2 of any other thing, that's 4 things. So yes, when you're talking about those type of empirical tangibles,
you're basing it on the logical fact that 2 and 2 makes 4.
Right. But there are intangibles, like how we feel. So you might say, well, I feel because I'm not happy that I can't go on the girls' trip, or I can't go out with my booty and my breast out, that you being too controlling and you're not leading properly. When in fact, that is the way you should be leading. So that's what I'm saying. That if those type of intangibles are undefined, 2 is defined. This nigga, that's 2. If you add 2 more, you got 4. So those are defined. But when you get into feelings, emotions, how something makes you feel, yes, feelings should not run everything. But there are just some things that just make, like screeching on the plate. Some people really can't eat with other people because I can't help it. And every time they screech the plate, you want to literally take my life. So we got a thing going on where we're gonna have to work out this eating thing, or we're gonna have to have hot dogs or finger foods or something. Because that's just something that makes you feel a way, and you take it out on me. And it could be anybody that does it. So we have to properly, has to be defined when it's that type of intangible. If you're gonna say if he's not gonna lead properly, or if he's not gonna properly, then that has to be defined. So when you sit down to the negotiation, that needs to be settled. And settled don't mean like I'm getting the short end of the stick. That needs to be negotiated and documented. This is what I expect, or this is what the real is. And if we're gonna do it on a general level, we're gonna have to sit down and have a conversation and come up with, this is the majority of what functions, and this is the majority of what doesn't. Let's get rid of this and start implementing this. So that's what I'm getting.
All right. Okay. So let me I want to log in the comments. So CJ says, oh, we already did. She's D Black a fella, quick to smack a fella. It's time to rock a fella, my boy. All right. He says, thinking is all about his masculinity. That's the prime reason for control. Indeed. Thinking it's all about his masculinity. That's the prime reason for control. A little bit of insight on that, D Black. Because that could be taken a multitude of ways. Joe Antoine says, Pratt, we need to have the convo because you on to something. Hey man, my boy always on to something. That's why he's here over domino effect, like you said. So CJ says, is he holding down his finances, raising his children? Is he spiritually growing? Is he having effective communication, knowing how to problem solve? Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good one. Critical thinking. We're gonna talk about that one week. See, I want you on for that episode where we talk about critical thinking and what it is to be a critical thinker. Does he know how to cook and clean? Okay, now the cook and clean thing, I'm gonna be honest about that. And this might sound crazy, but just go with it. Cooking, no, not the cleaning part, because cleaning, I feel like I don't want to use the word I feel. Cleaning, you should have been taught how to properly clean as a child. Not knowing how to clean, that is a parental issue and a parental failure. If you can start at the age of 2, by the age of 4, your kids know exactly how to clean up thoroughly, properly, and they will take that for the rest of their lives if you keep that example consistently around them. So I think that cleaning part goes back to a parental issue or a malfunction. She also says if the woman gets sick, he should be able to hold it down. Well, that's the part of protecting, providing,
let me ask you something.
And leading. I'm asking. I'm listening. Why take my ask question?
Right.
I got you.
So, cleaning. What's the definition of something being clean?
The definition of something being clean.
Yeah.
Oh, shit, nigga, the opposite of dirty. Like you saying.
Okay. No, the reason why I'm asking, there was a situation in our household where we was alternating doing the dishes. The way I did the dishes was after dinner, I get the plates, scald them with the hot water, clean them down, scrub them down, make sure there's nothing on them, rinse them, put them in the rack. That wasn't clean. Cleaning was you run a sink full of water. You put the dishes in there, you put a cap full of bleach. Did you
put bleach in your water?
You see what I'm saying? Put the bleach in the water, let them soak. After they soak, you drain that water because that water nasty now. Then you rinse them down and wash them, and you make some new water, scrub them down, rinse them off. Then you put them in the dishwasher, and then the dishwasher runs a cycle. and then they're clean. And I thought that was just absolutely insane to waste that much water washing a dish you just ate off of that you just cleaned, and you're done. But that's different definitions of clean. Some people straighten up and some people clean up.
Boy, you a fool for that one. Some people straighten up, some people clean up.
I'm asking
my people in the chat. We got 10 people in the chat right now. Y'all tell me, Terrence, you funny, Terrence. You funny. Hey, my people in the chat, tell me what's your definition of clean. Is it right on point with what Pratt had, or do you have your own definition of what clean? I know people got their own way of cleaning. Now,
yeah.
Now, my boy,
but they define clean as their way of doing it?
No, boy. I had somebody tell me, man, hey, look, I don't want you to clean up nothing because men don't know how to clean. I like my stuff cleaned a certain way. I definitely have been told that before.
I love hearing I like it cleaned a certain way because you have said I accept this responsibility. Great. I like the yard a certain way. I have accepted this responsibility. See, that's clean negotiation. Boom, boom.
You like the car wash a certain ways, so that's why you volunteer for the job.
You see what I'm saying?
All right, so my boy Paris say, if I give my solution to the problem that you presented to me, will you automatically accept it? Will it be disrespectful? That will disrespectfully disagree. But I think wait.
Dang, why am I glitching?
I don't know why you put that comma right there, boy. Punctuation out. God damn it, Pete. The Eagles won this weekend. How your punctuation out? My boy said, if I give my solution to the problem that you present to me, will you automatically accept it? Will disrespectfully? I think he meant we will disrespectfully disagree, or will you disrespectfully disagree, or will you give me your solution and both parties come to an acceptable compromise?
That's how it should be.
That's how it should be. Now, again, got to be fair. I told CJ before, you can't operate on what it should be or what it could be or what it would be. You got to operate on what it actually is. Now,
no, you should operate on what it should be, but we have to analyze what it is. Fair.
Now, P, what you listed, that's kind of like a case-by-case study, though, because that's one's ability to compromise, and communicate. That's what I meant. Conversate, communicate, and compromise. The triple C's. You know, like Rick Ross, triple C's. My boy T said, who's footing the bill in Will and Jada's relationship? Nigga, Will Smith. Will Smith, Big Will, Drew Hill.
I want to know where you're going with that, T Turner.
He's getting taken straight to the Wild Wild West. Yeah, so
your comments going out.
I ain't gonna lie. Once I would have knew about her history with Tupac, peace.
Oh,
I don't care about the nigga being dead. No, ma'am. Peace. So, I'm sure we got some Tupac fans on the chat tonight. So CJ says, I'm talking about balance. So however he does it to make sure the household still runs is him having on. But I say a man should go above and beyond that. I say you should take care of majority of the problems in the household, minus the cooking, cleaning, etc., etc. So therefore, who's under complete control and leadership here? Assuming he's operating under the right pretenses and not foolishness, right?
I mean, we gotta use logic. If he works 12 hours a day and you will stay at home, don't bother him about cleaning. You at home clean. Y'all both live in the same space, clean. He out 12 hours bringing in the money, clean. Like that to me, that's simple logic, fairness.
That's part of what I'm saying though. Like he has to go create. You have to go create the value. You have to go create immense value. Yeah. So you overcompensate. So therefore, you could literally set majority of the terms. So that where the only thing is left is the cooking and the cleaning.
Well, and again, you have people that are talking about cooking and cleaning being the woman's side of it or the feminine side of it. But then you look at millionaires where they have cleaning companies that come in and clean the whole house. So I ain't worried about her cooking and cleaning. I got a service that does that better than she ever could.
But that's the thing with us though. That's why we don't value that much. Because bro, okay, look, cooking, Uber Eats is a thing. DoorDash is a thing. Grubhub is the thing. It's all things. Now, it's an expensive thing. I gotta admit, it's expensive, but it exists. Like, our life functionality is not dependent on if we know how to cook or not. As long as it, because men are simple. Like, we're simple. Like, we don't have to, like, we would love 5-course meals every night. Of course, who don't want to eat a steak every night? Who don't want to eat shrimp and lobster every night, right? I mean, I don't like seafood, but you get my point. But our life functionality is not set as such. A nigga will be cool with eating a $5 hot and ready from Little Caesars.
Man, your boys used to ride around with the box and the dashboard in the truck. So
$5.41.
You know how it is.
Now we all know Little Caesars, you gotta eat that shit before it get cold, because that shit gonna take like the cardboard box it came in. But since the invention of the air fryer, I ain't gonna lie, ladies, the invention of the air fryer kind of just set y'all back a couple years.
That's funny.
Ain't gonna count.
Because boys ain't hurting for stuff no more.
We ain't hurting for stuff like that. Leftovers that took a whole left turn, or a whole right turn. I mean, all right. I don't want to skip over the comments. Got my boy Monkey Man up in here. My boy D Black say that's true. My mom used to say it's not clean. It's not clean to my satisfaction. Oh, now anybody that knows me, you know Lottie Ann. As a matter of fact, I'm at a house right now. Broadcast live from Lottie Ann's house. 891-611 Walk before you saying.
611 Walk.
And if you know my mama, y'all know she likes things a certain way. She'll be quick to tell you, you ain't clean this kitchen the way I like it. I like to see it clean. I like to see it spotless.
And I think that's where a lot of conflict come from right there. Because if you want it your way, 9 out of 10, you got to do it. Because most people can't do it your way.
How the expression goes, when you want something done right, you got to do what?
Do it yourself.
Tough.
These cliches killing the night, man.
Oh yeah, man, cliche. But hey,
is that cliche?
We locked in on the cliche edition of the Fuck You Saying podcast. All right, my boy Jermaine say, "Damn, I'm late." No bullshit.
Bruh.
I'm about to play that video once. I got one more video for y'all though. I got some more videos.
It's kind of which one? The one I sent you?
Yeah.
That one's kind of back in the conversation we was having maybe about 10 minutes ago. So hopefully y'all still understand where we were talking, what the context was.
T says I cook because I like my cooking.
It's straight up.
I mean, it's a plus. And man, if you know how to cook, that's an overcompensation. Man,
well, I mean, you got to look at it like this. You can't come to the table talking about I bring cooking that's going to change your life and make you a better man unless that dude is emaciated and he ain't eating nothing but ramen noodles. If he can throw together some spaghetti, like top rameners, you know what I'm saying? If he can throw together some spaghetti or something that's filling, and he, big size, what he ain't starving. Food is not gonna. We got to negotiate on a deeper level than that's surface stuff. You know what I mean?
Gotcha. Let me add this video to the stage, y'all. Let's see what we got here.
By dangerous, that implies.
Oh dear. So hold on now. What I got going on? Work with me, technology. Pratt, where you go? Y'all turned my comment. What you mean? What you mean, CJ? I ate some ramen noodles today, by the way. I'm not getting cussed. That video not playing? And I can't even see my boy. My boy froze. All right, man. My boy gonna handle his technical difficulties, but
can you hear me?
I can hear you definitely.
Okay, yeah. So when it froze, you lost the video because I lost network. So that's what that is. I'm gonna try to recover it, then we get back to it. Give me about 2
seconds. All right, bet. So my boy said, "Ain't nothing wrong with the ramen noodles, brother Pratt. That's cold too."
Not at all. Ain't nothing wrong with it. I'm just saying, if that's all he been eating, you might save his life.
Hey, I ain't gonna cap. That froze picture look like you ain't got no neck, bro.
I know. I was like, out of all the freeze frame.
I'm trying to get you off the street.
So what you saying, man? The best jokes rooted in truth is rooted in truth.
That's funny as hell.
God,
that's funny as cuz. All right, so hold on, y'all. We gonna get it together. I promise you. On the Mike and Pratt domino effect, like you said. Oh snap! Let me scroll down 2 times. All right. Still no cuz?
I don't care what they say about Mac, y'all. I'm telling you right now, y'all leave that apple alone. That fruit is poisonous.
That fruit is poisonous?
And fruit poison been cussing with us ever since Adam and Eve.
All right, hold on. You got it in the drive, cuz?
Yeah, I'm gonna reload it.
Okay, good. All right, well,
Let
me spin. Christina, where are you? The people are waiting.
Oh, D said let him in. I think he said a little while ago.
I can't see my boy. Hold on. Hey, y'all, hey, make sure my people that's in. Oh, hold up. Nah, I ain't got cuz. My people that's in here. 1 week from Friday, 10:30 p.m. interview, The Table, live right here on the Domino Effect conversation with Mike and Pratt. I need my people to tune in. I need my people to share. I need my people to come in and show my boys some love. If you into the battle rap community, if you into battle rap, you would love it. Like my boys give you their insight, their backdrop, their inspirations, etc., etc. Going live here on the Domino Effect. My boy saying, "Hey, Miss Pink." I mean, I think the people fucking with Christina though, man.
Straight up. She was so honest and authentic. So, man, you gotta.
That's all I want from the show. Like, just be honest, just be authentic.
Effective.
Like, that's all we ask for. That's all we need. All right, wait, you sent back? You sent it back?
Yeah, you see it? It's on stage.
Yeah. Should be dangerous.
Okay, here we go.
By dangerous, that implies I should be dangerous. By dangerous, that implies I should be ready to threaten someone, to hurt somebody.
No, you should be capable of it. But that doesn't mean you should use it. There's nothing to you otherwise. Like if you're not a formidable force, there's no morality in your self-control. If you're incapable of violence, not being violent isn't a virtue. People who teach martial arts know this full well, right? If you learn a martial art, you learn to be dangerous, but simultaneously you learn to control it. Both of those come together. And the combination of that capacity for danger and the capacity for control is what brings about the virtue. Otherwise, you confuse weakness with moral virtue. I'm harmless, therefore I'm good. It's like, no, that isn't how it works. That isn't how it works at all. If you're harmless, you're just weak. And if you're weak, you're not going to be good. You can't be, because it takes strength to be good. It's very difficult to be good.
Bruh.
Oh, that's kind of deep. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't seen that one.
This type of masculinity, this type of mindset, this is where if our African-American boys and men can get to this level where I'm a formidable force in business. I'm a formidable force in logic and debate. I'm a formidable force in the family. You try to kick in the door. You try to come at my children. You try to teach them this perversion. You're going to come up against a formidable force. But I don't walk around intimidating and trying to convince people that, yeah, man, if this happened, I'm going to do. Because like I told you, when them guys were talking about breaking into stuff, I said, you can break in my apartment. I ain't tripping. Just don't do it while I'm home. I ain't going to all the detail. Do whatever you want. But if I'm here, you in trouble.
And on God, on the right Wednesday, what you saying? What y'all know about Jordan Peterson? I know all about Jordan Peterson, Andrew Tate, all of them. You know what I'm saying? I rock out with him. But the thing about Jordan Peterson is the world can't take him because he's so upfront. He's unapologetically upfront and blunt about his message.
Yeah. And
he does it on the biggest platforms to get the message across. That's what makes him the formidable force. It makes him the exact force that he was talking about. Yeah. Because again, it takes strength to be good. Everybody, all my sports players in here know if you want to be good at what you do, you got to put the work in. You got to put the time in. You got to be dedicated. You got to be educated. You got to be motivated. You know what I'm saying? And that's what builds up strength. Strength builds character, right? You have to go through adversity to build your strength. A lot of people can't handle adversity. The first sign of adversity, they shoot.
Mm-hmm.
These are not the strong people. And how does the saying go? The strong shall survive. See, people think life is about living, it's about prospering, which it is, prospering that is, but it's ultimately about survival. You have to survive. And it is a tough world to survive in.
And the hardest thing is getting out of survival into thriving. And I think that mindset that he's talking about pulls us out of survival into thriving. Because so when you guys were younger, I was saying, yeah, you might have to do some of the gang stuff and you might have to fight and you might have to do this until you hit 18. But when you hit 18 and you a man, those decisions are yours now. It's not just you surviving because that's the hood you were born in, or that's the neighborhood you grew up in, or that's the people you were around. I think that's another reason why the Bible talks so much about friendship, because it's the people you choose to have around you. It's not people you, in the family you were born into, or the mother that had you, or the dad that just happened, however it happened. But it's people you choose to have around you. So if you got garbage around you, that's your choice. If you got great around you, that's your choice.
And when it's time to pay the bill, who's footing the bill for making the poor choice of friends?
You see what I'm saying? That's your bill. Now you might can convince others to split it with you, but in most cases, that's your bill.
That's your bill, gangster, and you must stick with it because they got your name on the charges. Man, so what do you think about this? So I'm probably gonna catch a lot of hell for saying this, but oh well. If you're not bae, wife, wifey, husband, that nigga not obligated or required to put any money in your hand, help you with your bills, etc. Especially if y'all just not boots. And the same thing goes vice versa. We got to stop putting in part-time hours, but expect folks to give us full-time employment. The benefits, it do not work like that.
Like I said, that's that getting boyfriend energy from friend zone. Nope. You can't cross them titles like that. It's all about, that's why I say, man, if we start looking at contracts, it's real simple. If you want some and I want some and we knock, that's the contract. That's it. Ain't no expectation of, oh, can you take care of it? That's not what we do. That's not the contract. You renegotiating terms? Or I say no. Well, that ain't right. Well, what you mean? You renegotiating. If I turn it down, the original contract's still in place. Unless you want out of that, It's real simple. But that's why I say this can go on forever. We have to get beyond just how we do each other. We got to get back to that family mindset. We ain't going to build communities without family. It's not going to happen. And we're not going to build families if we can't get rid of us individually and get to us collectively.
Well, I'm gonna give y'all a little inside baseball. My boy Paris Likely is the one that put that post up there. So I told him that's a hell of a post. I was gonna share it on the show. So my boy said, whoever said that had the Holy Spirit when he was preaching that word.
Yes, Lord.
I gotta spin it back, y'all. Okay, this is the thing. Exactly what is husband, wifey duties? A husband is supposed to protect, provide, and lead his family. The wife is supposed to be what, Hooks? What's your favorite word?
Help me.
Help me. Supposed to see where he's lacking at in life, plug into him. If he's at 98%, you're supposed to be at 2% to get him up to 100. If he's at 51%, you're supposed to be at 49% to get him up to 100. If he's operating on 20%, why the fuck are you with him? That is insane. But if you
I don't know, maybe it all depends. Some dudes need that part plugged into them to take them to where they're supposed to go.
Well, listen. Look at the breakdown though. If you're operating at 20% mass, and I gotta come in and be that 80%, Jesus Christ! But that's what I was about to say though.
No, it's not so much that she has to cover the 80%. If she plugs into the 20 can go up to 25. Now it all depends on what percentage you're in.
All right, so let me put that second part on there. Like, if you choose to take that contract, if you choose to approve that negotiation, ain't that what you signed up for?
It all depends on all women are helpmates. It just depends on if you might not be his. You might not be his helpmate. You might plug into him and you just can't provide enough. There's a lot of things that go into that. Of course, that's why you need to get to know the person and not just, oh, the knocking was good. We had sex for 6 months. Now it's like, well, I'm pregnant. Oh, I'm going to do the right thing and make you an honest woman. That contract ain't going to make that honesty. That ain't how that works. All you did was just took another liability. But what's up? What's up?
No. I'm listening to you, bro.
I'm just saying it. Take a guy who has good understanding, just not a good test taker. You've met some of these guys. You ask them about anything, they're pretty good with their money. They ain't not in debt, balance all their cars, good with all that. They just not good test takers. So they don't have all the paperwork to back them up to get them to those upper jobs, the 50,000, 60,000 a year. But they 30, 32, somewhere in there, 35. They doing all right. But he got an entrepreneur mindset. But he can't do the entrepreneur stuff because he freak out every time it come down to that test taking energy. If he gets a woman that's strong with that type of stuff and she plugs into that, his entrepreneurship could take off. There are actually people on Instagram where you can look at them where she plugged in and all the stuff that was just a thought became, we did this.
But that's the thing though. Like, okay, again, let's not paint everybody with the same broad brush.
Definitely not.
Nothing.
Absolutely.
No statistic is 100%. No situation is 100%. But how many of our women is actually standing around and sticking around for the man to actually show his true potential and flourish? Because if he doesn't hit his financial stride until he's in his mid 40s to early to late 50s, and let's say you got with him when he was 25, are you really gonna stick around for 20 years until he figure it out?
Well, no. If you've been with him that whole time, y'all ain't working it out. You're with him. You can't say he didn't do it and I'm with him the whole time. That don't make sense. If you're with you were with me through all these failures. So it wasn't me failing, it was us. Now, if you wasn't with me and you would just show up every once in a while, that's different. But if we've been together for 15 years, we've been together for 15 years.
Like, bro, it's crazy because I was not watching this show. I just happened to walk in the room. My mom was watching the show, or maybe the TV was just on the channel. And I was just, come in the room. I think get something out of her bathroom or something. And divorce court was on, or at least Judge Lynn Tolan, the lady from divorce court, not Maybelline, but the one after that. Yeah. She was talking to this lady, and she was like, "Man, the crazy thing is," she said, "you wanted perfection, and when it wasn't perfect, or you wasn't getting what you just up and left. Like you said it yourself, he's a good man. He presented himself. He comes off as a good man, right? He had everything together until a setback happened, and you immediately seen how this wasn't no longer serving you. This we're gonna get to that serving you. This is no longer serving you. This was not your idea of what it was, and then you immediately tried to bolt. So again, I asked, are you gonna stick around until he figure it out? Now, newsflash: everybody's not gonna be rich. Everybody's not gonna make hundreds of thousands of dollars. There's gonna be the average earners, but
there's gonna be more of them than anything.
Most likely, those average earners are the ones that you should be plugging into.
That's the average. That's where you getting you 1 through 10, 4 through 7. That's where the majority usually lies.
I got something, but let me pay a little bills right quick. Y'all are locked in right now into the Domino Effect conversation with Mike and Pratt. Got to put the logo up there. Y'all see it right there. And let's give a shout out to some of our supporters. You know what I'm saying? I got my boy in here talking monkey business with Monkey Man every Thursday. Relationship Thursday. It goes down 6:30 p.m. We are locked in on there. You boys from the Domino Effect. Be there. Still lock in whenever it's not. Don't just lock in on Thursdays. He does interviews on Saturdays and Sundays, and sometimes he randomly go live when he got a good topic to talk about. Check my boy out, please. Also, got my boy in here, Hunter Hill, Hustle for Change, nonprofit organization. My boy be giving back to the community, be doing all type of drives, all type of donational drives. I'm sure this year they're gonna do a toy drive for Christmas and a Thanksgiving drive. So be on the lookout for that. Can't forget my boy here that's on the screen with me. Boom. GCP Trucking and Transportation. They are on Instagram at GCP_TNT. They're on YouTube at GCP_TNT. Hashtag Team No Rest. If you need it moved, they know exactly what to do. Consistent and timely as always. Make sure y'all show love to our sponsors. Not sponsors, but our supporters. But I got something for you. Please hold. I shall be right busy. Yeah, I gotta get my boy in here. Hold on, right quick. I got to send him the Lizzie. Hey, y'all, help me out. I ain't did it all day. If we in here on fire tonight, drop the fire emoji. We talking about some bullshit, and we just need to just cut the show off and do something different. Drop the shit emoji, and I promise we'll modify our behavior. Ain't that what you used to say? You know what you used to say? I'm gonna modify my behavior.
I will modify my behavior.
Hey, D Black, check your inbox, check your text messages. I just sent you the link. I'm still waiting on Christina.
I'm looking at that, man.
Waiting on her. All right, bet. So he
Yo, did I miss you read some of these comments, or did you got them?
No, I got most of them. Well, if not all of them.
I saw one from Paris and CJ.
Hey, I swear to God, I ain't trying to skip over nobody comment.
I just had to refresh because it crashed out and it popped up and I was like, what?
I bet. Okay. Whoa, I didn't see this. So he said, I know someone with a secret admirer who an entrepreneur, Jermaine trolling. Tune in to Minister Never Scared. It's coming soon. All right, D Black, I'm with it. Ain't no bullshit. So she said, Jermaine, log off now. Oh, hey, CJ, didn't know you were on here looking ass. That's funny. So, okay, so parents say, shit, give me 100. I'm going to give her 100. I need my wife to be fucking Wonder Woman, damn it. The most sexiest woman in the world to me is a woman who don't need me for shit. Yes, I could buy her things, take her places, but that don't phase her. She ain't impressed at all, which means she's fucking with me on a deeper level.
Mike, we had this conversation, man. What you think about that?
The comment that he just gave? The comment he just gave?
Yeah.
Okay. Paris, my boy, I need you to come on and sit next to your boy Mike.
This boy, yeah.
That's the whole NFC East conversation. Now, what you just asked for is a lot, and it's very fitting that I have the topic of footing the bill on here. What you just did was literally gave breath and gasoline on the fire of women in independency. Because what you just said, and you literally just described an independent woman. You said a woman that don't. You said I could buy her things, take her places, but that don't phase her. Now, I'm not saying it should. But if she's supposed to be your helpmate and she don't need you, then what exactly is your purpose? That means you essentially have no purpose here. And at any moment, you could get shown the door. Because what has been sold to our woman? There's always better out there. There's always something better. Didn't Tia Mowry just go through that? Perfect segue. Could have counted on my boy for the
walked right into it, didn't you?
Walked right into it. Didn't Tia Mowry just do that with her ex-husband? Weren't they together 14 years? And then she said, this is no. Give me 1 second. I'm about to step off camera right quick. I got to. I got to. Hold on right quick. I'm mad I didn't have it uploaded already. Cause I got to. Matter of fact, hey, I will do you a favor. I could do it just like this. Share screen. Share. Okay. You can see my screen, my boy?
Yep.
All right. A little inside baseball. Did not send that. Did I send that to my boy? Yeah. Okay. Boop. Let's open it up. Let's read it. Oh, wait. Hold on. Wrong one. That's part of it, though. It's part of it. All right. Hold on. Let's search Facebook. Yeah, Marvin. Let's read it. Okay. A word from me said, and this is coming from her page. A word from me says narratives are being made without my consent. Heard it here and only here. Just because, dear. Oh, you can switch back. What he's saying. Take that Will Smith switch. All right. She says, just because the day life is complicated, doesn't mean I'm going to go back to something that no longer served me. Let me underline that part right there. That's like implementing if I don't book an audition, what? All right, that's like implementing if I don't book an audition, our part as an actor right away, I'm gonna give up on my dreams. Please just stop. That week, please move on because I have. Thank you. Next. Okay, we can stop sharing just like that. Back on the screen. Now, Paris, when you have that type of mind state, and granted, that might work for you, but in the vast majority, that type of energy is what you normally get back in return. Because remember, she don't need you. You said it yourself. She don't need you. So once it's no longer, so you will be with her under the implication and the guise of serving her, right?
Yeah, that's what I was just asking CJ. Like, what would be his purpose in her life? Like, we understand she come to the table, she don't need him, so he getting feminine energy and somebody, hopefully, if she got it all together, somebody gorgeous on his arm, you get that thing. But what would he provide for her? It wouldn't be protection because she don't need him for anything. It wouldn't be, the normal stuff that two average people would need in each other, the economics. So what would be that deeper level? Like, why would she be there? Why would she be there if she could do whatever? Because I kind of get his point, but then generally, yeah, if she's there, he got to be bringing something to the table. But what would that be?
And the thing is, if let's just flip for a second, let's universally try to supply the logic. Don't y'all don't the women give pushback on men that say I don't need no woman, right? My bad,
bro. I was reading the comment and it went that way.
All good. Let's try to use the logic laterally, universally. Don't we get pushback from when we come online and say, "And I don't need no woman to make it through life. I only need you if I want to have a kid." Yeah. Now, I'm saying, and I made sure to clarify. Now that might work for you, people, but in general, that type of mind state that comes with a woman is not sustainable because she's going to operate on the plateau and the axis of, well, I don't need you. Like, you here because I want you here, not because I need you here. And I want to be needed. I don't want to just be wanted. Like, I mean, I could want to sell crack cocaine, but is it sustainable? Do I need to do it? No.
Yeah.
A need always supersedes a want. Always. Now, and CJ said, well, we can't keep using the celebrities because they have standards to live up to. just being in the spotlight. The only reason I use celebrities because who are the two most influential people in the Black community? Your parents, celebrity. And that celebrity gonna come in the phase of a rapper, an actor, singer, sports player, or TV personality. It's gonna have something to do with the celebrity.
Well, we always tend to put more value in the people that we see as more valuable. That I know that sounds simple, but
and if everybody
we put people in esteem and we have more value.
And if everybody's goal is to be rich, because remember, people say, well, money is the answer to my problems. Once I become this, that, and the third, it'll fix this. Well, isn't that the direction you're trying to go anyway? Is that the direction you're trying to go? Now, I get you can have money without being a celebrity, but it doesn't change the fact that you have the money.
I think people. What's up?
And I was about to say, this is what, unfortunately, this is what some of in our community use as guiders is the celebrities. Cause remember, she said put me on. I sent you the what's his name, Christina? I sent you the what's his name? She said, in my opinion, he's allowing an open space for her to flourish, and in return, the support should add on to him if she's genuine.
He's allowing her a place to flirt. She's already flourishing. Unless I'm not reading his comment correctly, because
if she don't need him, then what?
If she don't need him for nothing, she wants him for something. What is that want? It can't be any of the stuff that he would provide as a need. Because the comment was the sexiest thing in the world to me is a woman who don't need me for nothing. So if she doesn't need him for anything, she's there because she desires him for something. What would that desire be? And this is in an analytical space. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. My mind can't find that space where a woman that has the option to do everything would say, I'm going to be with you, who I don't need you for nothing. I'm going to be with you and we can go out and I can take you places. But I mean, let's look at it this way. If she's making $200,000 a year, I probably can't afford to take her places she wants to go.
Okay, bet. Oh, bet. My people here. Okay. We in here. Hoorah. We in here. Welcome to the shizzo. Oh, wait, damn. D-Black jumped out. Tough.
Hey, me too, CJ. That's what I want. That's what I want. I don't even know if he can get on, but that would, I want to know the mentality, because the mentality would bring that to, we could see all the little intricacies. Because that, I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I just don't, I can't wrap my mind around the logical path to that.
My boy said big ups to Jada Pinkett. That's tough.
Yeah.
I don't think he's saying, oh, wait, my bad. Jermaine said, how you do that? Oh, I just wanted to share a screen, brother. And we read that. Respect, what does he provide? Oh, you read that. She said, put me on. My boy said legit. CSA, my opinion. We read that.
I'm still trying to get put on, and you still have not put me on, nigga.
Yes, you are. You are live on the air.
Yeah, we hear you talking.
We are as live can be.
My bad. Okay, y'all.
Ready to go off on him, nigga. Was that an emotional response?
Try to catch me up because I was waiting to get put on, and I don't get to see the comments.
I promise you, I got caught up in reading these comments. I didn't even think to scroll down. That's my fault. I apologize. My boy Jaleel.
The longest.
I swear, my apologies. And we could get you insight on whatever it is you need.
Okay, so where we at right now? Where we at? Let me see.
Right now, we are at what my boy P said. The sexiest thing in the world to him is a woman that don't need him for nothing.
People say that. Men in general say that, but they feel like women act too dominant.
Yeah, a woman that doesn't need you for anything is probably not going to plug into what you're doing because she got what she needs. Like she would.
But it's not that she has what she needs. It's besides what she needs, what can you do? Like, what can you do? Not financially, but Like emotionally, what can you bring to the table?
Well, first off, if you're not emotionally stable, I'm talking about as a man. If you're not emotionally stable, why are you in the dating market to begin with?
Facts.
And if he's emotionally unstable, he's going to show signs of emotional instability or emotional instability. How is it un or in? Whichever one.
I don't get how men can't show their emotions, because I don't feel that makes that man less than a man because he's open to sharing his feelings. I actually just went through that a few days ago. A
All right.
guy
Well,
said and told me, now I can express myself to you. How can you wait till the last minute to express yourself now? And now I'm over this shit because you waited so long.
I'm gonna give D Black in here because D Black has a son, so he could definitely attest to the teachings of teaching a boy how to tap into his emotional side. But majority of the time, and I'm just giving it to you from our side, majority of the time when we tell vulnerable information to our woman, it normally gets thrown right back at us the first time we piss you off. All it takes is for us to piss you off good enough. You'll say, "Shit, well, that's why your mama left. That's why your mama don't like you. That's why you." And if he's a divorcee, you'll say, "Well, that's why your family left. That's why such."
No, that's
Like,
not funny, but a lot of women do that though. That's the crazy
but
part.
that's
A
why.
lot of
But
women
that's.
do that.
But why give you the gun? Why give you the gun if you're gonna turn around and shoot me with it?
But that means she's not mature either. If she
But
can't
we don't
handle a
know until
man,
you know.
if she can't handle a man expressing himself, and then when you get mad, you try to throw that back at him just to hurt him too. Women feel like,
Granted,
oh, that's the only way that I can hurt him, by throwing, oh, your mama wasn't there, oh, your daddy left you.
right?
No, I told you that out of
Out of confidence.
yeah, out of confidence. I told you that because I needed to get that off my chest. And maybe you were the only person that I felt comfortable with at the time. So for you
Mm-hmm.
to throw that back at my face, that's a problem to me. That means she's not mature.
Now, granted, I operate on the axis of I'm gonna give you something small about me, and it could be like, all right, for instance, I'll say things like, okay, this is the type of football league I play in. Is it the only football league I play in? No, but it's one of the places I play in it, and this is why I play in it. And some will hear it, and they'll be like, "Oh my god, what the fuck? Like, you weird or like whatever, like shit like that." Right? And that lets me know right there, if you can't handle something that's so minuscule about me, there's no way you'll be able to handle something so major. But let me get D Black in here. I want you're a parent, you have a daughter and a son. So as a father, like how do you communicate that with your son, how to handle his emotions, and most importantly, how he expresses his emotions?
Hold on.
That's a loaded question, my bad, but go ahead.
Hold on. Can you hear me?
Definitely.
Huh?
Definitely.
You hear me?
Yeah. I get you.
So but you muted yourself. Now we can't. I don't know what happened. There you go.
Hey,
go. Hey,
I'm not doing it. That's this. Y'all got to pardon this. I got a ghost in my phone. Okay.
Oh,
okay.
man.
Go back to that question.
All right.
Okay.
I said, you are a father. You have a daughter and a son. And I said, how do you go about teaching your son how to express and how to handle his emotions when it comes to a woman?
Well, the first thing you have to do is you have to learn how to put yourself on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
Means at the same time, you have to want to see the other side as far as how a woman see things too. Because a lot of times with women emotions is not the same as men emotions. And sometimes that we can make a mistake or why she doing this and man, they be tripping, man, such and such and such and such, but they don't necessarily think like us. You know what I'm saying? So the thing about that in life as a man, and I'm just telling you as like me, the way I grew up under a military father. So
So it's
everything
structure
was
everywhere in that house.
yeah, yeah, everything was hardcore for me.
Hmm.
So it took me, even though I had a mother that raised me, but my mama had more, she had 7 boys and only 2 girls. And the way my mama raised her boys are if we get out to and we get into it, the first one that cry gonna get a you know what I'm saying? So she had a certain way how she raised her boys because she didn't want us to be no punks.
Hmm.
So the thing about it, until I got married, until I got with my ex-wife, I had to see different. It took time for me to see things on their side because I'm like, this is where the thing's supposed to be. This is where like supposed to be, and this is where it is. So whatever the morality was, this is how it's supposed to go. But see, the difference is, women functions different ways, different from men. So the one thing about it that I tell any man, even my son, you have to when you get into a relationship, you have to come in there with a compromise and empathy. You know what I'm saying? Because if you sitting up there thinking, well, it's gonna go the way that I think and I think only, this is where you're gonna have problems at. Unless you want to dominate, unless you want a Asian woman, no disrespect, I don't know who listening. Well, you may speak and she speak, unless you want one of them, you know what I'm saying? You have to go inside to what makes her click. You have to go inside to what makes her think to adjust. See, relationships is about adjusting. You have to make
And part
adjustments. Hmm?
part part of this though on our side is you have to understand how women function, how they handle emotions,
Yeah,
how they process this, their retention levels, like how they
right.
retain information and leadership, like what type of examples have they had showing them
Yeah.
leadership, etc., etc. That's how you're able to easily navigate on what can possibly happen, what will happen, what you know what I'm saying, what's likely, what's unlikely, etc.,
Yeah.
etc.
Yeah. And especially, let me tell you, when you have daughters, man, it's a different. I told y'all one day when
Yeah, I
y'all was
got
over,
4 of them.
huh?
Yeah, I got
Yeah,
4 of them.
we definitely got them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And when we were talking that day, we were talking about. Remember when I was bringing up when God created woman to be man's helpmeet? That's a natural thing. And I remember how I was telling you how I remember one day I got laid off, and I'm in the room, and I didn't tell nobody nothing but my wife at the time. My daughter
Mm-hmm.
coming now. She sitting there, get in the bed with me and put her head on me. She was like, everything gonna be okay. Now she don't know what's going on, but she seen her father going through a distress. You see what I'm saying? That's a natural thing. Now my son like, man, let's go out here and play some ball. Let's go out and go play the video game. That's his thinking. You know what I'm saying? Nobody taught her how to be that way. She ain't getting no school. Nobody gave her no school book to teach her how to be that way. That's naturally in her nature. You see what I'm
Got you.
saying? So you remember how we first talked in the beginning? You have to
Mm-hmm.
tune. And I would tell my son or any other man, you have to tune in on their side. You know what I'm saying? Because, like I say, at the end of the day, regardless to what, it's about adjusting. You can't be one unless you adjust to each other. You see what I'm saying? So that's where to start at. How
All
does she
right.
think? Huh.
Now, Chris. Now, let me get Christina on here too.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Christina. Now,
Yes, sir.
have you ever been in a situation where a man expressed his emotions to you? Like, how did you handle that? How did you process that? Like,
Um, like I said, I went through that recently. But I feel men wait till it's too late. You know what I'm saying?
what?
It's like
Okay.
women, we express ourselves, head on. We express ourselves head on. At the end of the day, if we can express ourselves to y'all, even if y'all don't go into personal details, y'all should still be able to express y'all feelings towards us if we're giving you that much. But if you're just not into that person, then you're not gonna be willing to express yourself.
I think the reason why a lot of men don't express themselves, they did a consensus or a survey is actually a more accurate term. And
I got another
a
video
lot of
after
the
you finish
women
that.
said that. What's up, Mike?
I said I got another video when you finish that because it alludes to what it alludes to what Christina just said. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Okay. So when they did the survey, most of the women reported that they didn't see the men they were with as strong as they saw him before when he showed that vulnerability. Not saying this is every case. Let's not even go there. But
Now,
when
that's
they
crazy.
surveyed, just like they, Family Feud, we took a survey of however many people, and we got the top whatever choices. Most of the women said that when that man shows that type of vulnerability where he's just like, I just don't know. Like, I know what I want to do, but every time I run, I got trouble over here. She was just like, this guy ain't who I thought he was. And
she questions his masculinity from that point on.
Yep.
Like,
and that was the majority of the women that said that.
When a man express himself, that makes him a stronger man to me, because you're vulnerable enough to say, hey, look, this is how I feel. I don't feel that makes a man sassy. Nowadays, women be like, oh, he too sassy for me because he want to express himself. No, you're not too sassy. You're just the right man, because at the end of the day, if I can express myself to you loosely, and you just sit there and just you ignore me, you don't tell me nothing, like I'm exploring myself out, but you just sitting here just looking at me, that makes me feel some type of way. So with that being said, how can I just express myself and you just sit here and look at me stupid in the face? Like, come on now, tell me something. A lot of men do that because I don't want to feel weak. No, that don't make you weak. That makes you a strong man. That makes you a man that can say, hey, look, right now I'm not myself, but this is how I feel in this moment. And if you're not playing games with a woman, you should be able to be open and honest with the woman. Because if you can't, how can you say, oh, this is my helpmate, but you can't express yourself to her? It's not your helpmate.
Now,
I
Christina,
agree.
you are what? Hey, now, all right.
He can't help
is loving it. The ladies in the chat is loving it right now, and I'm loving it too. That's why I got to get Christina on the show for sure. Now, Christina, this is my thing. It's not the act itself of expressing; it's the retention, and it's the reaction after. Because again, like D Black said, his ex-wife reacted a certain way, and I'm willing to bet on a balance of probabilities that is the minority of the women. That's the minority of women's reactions. Because again, if you had a man just constantly, oh my God, I don't know how to do this. I don't know how we gonna eat today. I don't know how the rent gonna get paid. I don't know how we gonna put gas in the car. I don't know how we gonna get from this place to that place. I don't know how the kids gonna eat. I don't know how we gonna put clothes on their back. You're gonna start questioning him.
Absolutely.
It's not gonna be, oh my God, okay, let me help, let me pour in so we don't be on the street or we don't be this, that, and the third. It's gonna be, well, you a man. You supposed to know this. What type of man is you? Or this is my favorite. You'll say, a real man would do A, B, C, X, Y, Z, 1, 2, 3. And that last one, I love it. Cause I'll be like, a real man would do what? What are you basing that on? Have you ever had a real man do this for you? Obviously, the answer would be no, because you wouldn't be here with me if that was the case. But I said a lot right there. I don't want to focus on that last part. I really want to focus on the other part.
But in a way, that's just like saying, oh, because a man can't change his tire, that don't make him a man. Everybody did not get to learn that growing up. I can change a tire, and I'm a woman, but I can't
that's interesting.
Absolutely.
I can't make him feel less than a man because he can't change a tire. You just was not taught. I was taught. Even though I'm a woman, I was taught. You know what I'm saying? I changed all for 3 years. I did not sit there and say, oh, I could not do a man's job. I went in working with nothing but men, and I still did the job of men. You know what I'm saying? So that don't make him less than a man. That just make him not somebody that learned the shit.
I'm gonna get D Black in here. I'm gonna get the black in here 1 second. But the thing, I think what get lost in translation, Christina, is that you think not you. I'm not talking about you personally. I'm speaking in general. Like females value. Look, females think we value certain things when we value others. Like what you just said, man. I know how. I've been changing oil for 3 years. I know how to change the tire. Man, that's fucking valuable. Because if we was lost, if we was stranded on the side of the road and shit, like let's say we got stranded on the side of the road and I wasn't able to do whatever. Let's say I'm drunk, I'm this, or maybe I'm just physically enabled. That means you could plug in and help. But how many women are actually operating on that axis and plateau?
Man.
Yeah. And that even goes back to saying, oh, 50-50. Okay, at the end of the day, if you don't feel that you want to go 50-50 with a man, okay, that's not your preference. Okay, cool. And I'm not saying except a man not paying all the rent and shit like that, because how I was raised, my stepdad paid all the rent. My mama probably picked up a bill probably once or twice if need be. But it wasn't a thing to where, oh, she just had to pick up a bill. No, she chose to pick up a bill because, hey, this month, let me get the light bill. You know what I'm saying? So it was never a gender role. And that's the thing that people do all the time. Make it a gender role. Oh, because he's a man, he needs to know how to do that. Oh, because you're a woman, you need to cook, you need to clean, you need to take care of the kids. If we start making shit a gender role, things will go smoothly. Y'all want the women to take care of the kids, wash the dishes, cook, clean. Damn, sometimes I get tired too. So yeah, that's how a lot of women become so masculine, because y'all got us doing these masculine ass roles. Well, I wouldn't say masculine roles. Y'all got us doing so much because, oh, it's a gender thing. No, stop making.
I think more of that came from divorce and single parenthood than guys making women do masculine things. Because the majority is single parents.
Things, but as a single mom, we do become more masculine because we have to take on so many things ourselves. But
let me ask you a question, Christina. Who ends up footing the bill? Who ends up footing the bill in the end?
Oh, the child. Like you said earlier, the child. And I say that because it takes an emotional toll on the child. We sit here and that I just text my child father today. I text him and I said, you know what? I'm tired of us having a disagreement every time we have to communicate. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, whatever happened in the past, it happens. Let's put that shit aside and let's take the emotions out of it. Because at the end of the day, we have to take the emotions out of it to be better co-parents. Because at the end of the day, if we don't see that this is affecting our child because we lack communication with each other, yeah, come on now, we gotta chill with that. We gotta stop making it like, oh, this is a masculine situation. No.
But there are defined gender roles. If they have to be.
Hold on. I don't mean to cut you off, gangster. But I need to get the black in here and let me catch up on these comments because, like, bro, I'm behind like 20 comments. My boy T says, is my comments even coming through? Yeah, they are, bro. I'm just behind. I'm sorry. P said, yeah, I found my Wonder Woman. Who y'all think I was talking about? All right. Well, Pete, I challenge you this, Pete. I challenge you this, Paris. If you found your Wonder Woman, give her a commitment. Do not keep that lady in no relationship for 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 months, 11 months, a year, and you don't feel like. If you don't see that her being, if she's your superwoman, like you say, she meets the description of what you just said, give her the commitment then.
Man, and like you said, it shouldn't take forever.
Yeah, shouldn't take forever. Make it happen. So, CJ says, speak, Christina. For sure. Christina be dropping the facts. Ray says facts. Laura says yes. If I say the ladies in the chat agreeing. All right. CJ says, I need to understand you. Definitely, you have to understand who it is you getting in the ring and fighting. D Black, you a former mixed martial artist, right? And when you was active in combat, didn't you have to study your opponent? Didn't you have to learn your opponent?
I had to make adjustments.
I probably shouldn't say opponent, but it serves the same context.
No, you said it right. Like I said earlier, I had to make adjustments because when I fight off his fight. I have to study him to adjust to what he's doing, to even take away what his best weapon is, so I can take control. Now, it's not the same thing as when we talking about a relationship, but once again, it's still about adjustments. When you compromise, it's adjustments. When you empathize, it's adjustment. So you can't become one unless you adjust to each other. That's how y'all connect. You know what I'm saying? So the main thing about it, but I want to touch on something that she said earlier, because I really agree with a lot of what she's saying. And what I tell people all the time, we have to check people at the door when we meet them. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
We have
books, don't you
to.
say deal with deliverance and intention?
Yeah, a lot of times when we meet people, and I know this, man. Listen, I'm gonna say this here. A lot of times people we all put up on makeup. We put that makeup on when we meet each other. But some of us be so desperate that, oh man, he does this and she does this. I'm in love. This gonna be no. You got to check people at the door, and you know what? And speaking of, when you just talked about martial arts, my old coach used to say this here. His name was Steve. He used to tell me this here.
Shout
He
out
said,
Steve.
"Damn, yeah, his name. Hey, he used to tell me this. He said, Damien, don't never stick your hand in the hole. Don't ever stick your hand in the hole. And you don't know what's down there. You know what I'm saying?
Cause you can pull, cause what? You can pull out either shit or you can pull out honey.
So at the same time, you need to take your time when you start to get into people, because you invest in your mind and your time. And if you see yourself as valuable, if you're a valuable person to yourself, because the first person that you're gonna look out for, you're gonna love is yourself. So before you start to rush yourself because you sleeping by yourself every day and this and that and the other, at the end of the day, you rather do that than deal with somebody that you're gonna catch here every day. So it's all about taking time to see who that person is. I'm not saying that people still won't be conniving in the process of time, but I could tell you this: once you start getting you connect with a person, and I tell any woman, I just like I tell my daughter, if a Negro see that you valuable before you want to give him your draws, if he say, man, I ain't finna, you ain't finna give him none right now, and if he think you worth the while, he'll take his time to do it, because it's all about you respecting yourself first, and it's all about you when you take your time to get yourself involved with somebody. You really want to see what you're getting into. Your first act and your first role to see what you're getting into, who you dealing with first, before you get involved with the person. And that's a
That's why.
huh?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
And that's about your self love first, because you're gonna protect yourself first. End of the day, you know what I'm saying? I don't care how the nigga be talking, how good looking he good. I don't care what all that other stuff. At the end of the day, you got to look yourself in the mirror. When this man then broke his heart, broke your heart, he went on to the next woman and whatever else. So you have to do a check post. Like you got to do a checkpoint. It's like him
Gotcha.
going in the
Some
door,
self
and you got to,
evaluation. You got to do some
yeah,
self evaluating.
he got to go through the rapid scan. You know what I'm
But
saying? He got to go.
But
He
my
got.
thing is, people forget God in the mix. At the end of the day, we can sit here and say all day, y'all need to be on a level of this, and that. But at the end of the day, if you forget to put God in the mix, of course, a lot of stuff is gonna go wrong. At the
Absolutely.
end of the day, a
Haven't I?
lot of stuff
I've been
will be
saying that
wrong.
since.
Hey, my spiritual brothers to the right, let me help you with something. Because when we start speaking about God, this is what I always say. God is not no app. You cannot pick up God and use God when it's beneficial to you. If
No,
you
Don't,
the
don't they
it's
reason
do
why
it?
definitely an everyday
Not they men.
situation.
Hey,
agreed.
say my.
The thing is, people only want to use God when it's so beneficial and be wondering why they're partially blessed. That's why it
Say
says faith with no work is what?
I had my pastor had a sermon called "Living Off a Borrowed Jesus." You know what I'm saying? So when
and let me ask you this: and when God ain't, and when you have fasting, and I hate to put this cuss word in the same place, all kinds of first shit. If you have stepping with God, who ends up putting the bill when it's blessing time?
You.
But let me ask. So let me ask a question with that. When when should you put God in it?
From the very beginning.
In the beginning, because if not, you already started off negative. You
So what
started
you
off
saying?
negative. At the end of the day, I was
Yeah.
in the situation, and from the beginning, we started off with God, and then once stuff got rough, the praying stopped. He stopped praying, and I'm looking like this is why stuff is going wrong. But it's just like when a person know they're messing up, oh, they don't want to remember God right now because they know God is not in what they're doing. So
That's fair.
so
That's fair. That's fair as hell.
some people fall by the wayside because simple fact is, oh, they know they're not living the right way. You're not living as such. And I hate when people say they want to be in a relationship and in reality you don't. You just don't want to see that person with somebody else.
So you're saying that God should be the base of everything? He should be the
God should
source of
be the
everything?
base.
God should be in through all of it, not just the base, the covering, the
No,
sides, the
I'm
wall,
saying
all
no.
of it.
If say for instance, if you get in a situation and that's like a person say, "Oh, I don't believe in God," but yet and still you still continue to pursue this person, knowing you believe in God.
Yeah, you tripping.
That no matter how much you pray about the situation, that was the red flag right there. That's why when people continue situations, you knew in the beginning it wasn't working because y'all have two different beliefs.
There you go.
Well,
See, that's what when you talking about when I said you have to check that person at the door before you allow them to get in, because you're gonna be able to see the red flags. Now, don't get me wrong. Satan is a top deceiver. He can front himself all the way through that door. But guess what? When she just said put God first, that's gonna be your lights. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna give you the light to see what you need to see if that's what you're thinking. See if God is the source of your mind, regardless of what you're dealing with, that light gonna still shine on what you need to see
That's
at the
what I
end
be
of the
saying,
day.
CJ.
So
That's what I be
let me
saying,
insert
CJ. My bad. I just want to throw that in there.
let me
Exactly.
insert
Most of
this,
the time, we
and
see
y'all,
those red flags and be like,
let me insert this, and I'm gonna have to burst through these comments because I'm getting more and more behind on these comments. All right. The problem with what we're talking about, it's not what we're saying, is the way people are gonna retain the message, right? Because most people think God is a matchmaker. God is not no matchmaker. He never said that, oh, well, I'm going to provide a mate for you. No, he gives you choices, correct?
Correct.
He gives you choices of the world to have free will. And the problem in our community is we don't want to act upon these red flags. And Christina, this ain't no shot at you. This is generally speaking. I would never speak personally because, things can go off the rail when you start talking personally. Generally, our women don't see it until after they didn't have 1, 2, maybe 3 kids by this person.
No.
But that's when you want to throw your hands up and say, "Oh no, red flags. He's not
No,
worthy of going."
See, it don't be after the kid. It be in the midst of us producing the kid, like while the kid is baking. Then you begin to see the red
While the kid
flags.
is what?
Baking.
Eating
But that's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying. Like after the kid has already been conceived, you're past the point of abortion to where this child has to be born.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna get into I'm not. You're not gonna go to the firehouse and drop the child off, which is actually legal. You're not gonna put the child up for adoption because you're gonna say I'm a mother.
I mean, if I have a second kid, it might just happen. But okay, cool.
How many times have we seen a woman shit on her baby daddy after she didn't have multiple kids by him?
Man.
Every
Man.
time. Every
And these
time.
red flags, and more often than not, I understand every case is different, and some men are great at masking who they are, but
Oh
the
yeah, for sure.
majority of the men is terrible at masking who they are.
Thank you. I'm glad you put that on there because I
Come
have
on,
met
man.
many that's
Come
good
No,
at
on.
it at all.
they are terrible, and a lot of women do ignore because, oh,
Daggum
he
right.
has potential to be a good man.
That ain't what it is. That ain't
It's
what it
the
is.
That
potential.
word, but
Yes,
that
because
word
at the
right
end of
there.
the day, oh, potentially, I know he can be a good man. We all do it. And it's just like, okay, cool. I feel like he can be a good man later on down the line. What
So
about now, though?
why are the guys that have the potential to be a good man not the guys that clock in every day and the guys that the average guys that nobody really wants? These guys that be in the friend zone. Why is it always Pookie, Earl,
No,
Ray
see,
Ray, John, and not every case, but in most
yeah,
cases when
because
women say
I
that it's
friend
a
zone
dude that
one.
done been through, and why is that a trend?
So
Why you gotta,
I
and
don't
why you
know
also,
gotta put
because
Pookie in
sometimes
there?
people be like,
Christina,
oh,
before you deep dive, let me spin because I don't want to just make it about the women. Remember,
I don't have
this is
a
a man
problem
and
with
woman
potential,
show.
Turner.
Now, men, there are men that create kids with questionable women, but then want to start complaining about who they are, knowing who they were before the action took place. I just want to make sure. I just want to show how it works on both sides.
It
That's it.
most definitely work. It most
That's
definitely
it.
work both ways because at the end of the day, a man knows if he wants to gal her or not, and he knows before he even have a kid by her. But it's not until he actually have a baby by her, like now I got to deal with her the rest of my life. Now I gotta just keep continuing to deal with her because damn, I done made a kid with her. Yeah, you knew in the beginning she wasn't a potential factor in the situation, but you made her that because oh, the sex was good. That's a lot of times we ignore the
And
red
Stop
flags because
giving
oh, the
up,
sex is
but
good. Exactly.
and
We ignore the red flags because the sex is good. All right, now he's hot for the moment or she's hot for the moment. So we ignore
that
all the
moment
red
leads to
flags.
18 years.
Oh,
or
trust
more.
me, yes, we do the 18 years. But when I hate when men make women do the 18 years by themselves. I understand we did not work, but that goes back to me saying if we take the emotions out of stuff, things will become better. Take the emotions out. Okay, yeah, he hurt you. Yes, she hurt you. But shit, take the emotions out because at the end of the day, like you said, Mike, the kid suffers.
That's who's footing the bill.
That the
Ultimately,
kids suffer because at the end of the day we can't take our emotions out. Oh, I never wanted to be with her. Damn, I should have never made a kid with her, and vice versa. The women feel the same. So
my
at
boy
the end of the day, yeah,
Turner
you made
killing
a
it, man.
kid. Now take the emotions out.
Well,
all
see,
right,
and
so
I have a hard time with taking the emotions aren't the problem. Emotions is something God gave us to respond to things
No,
that commonly happen in a
no, no,
certain way.
no.
It's
Emotions
our
are the problem.
response
No,
that is the
emotions
problem.
are the problem after a situation is done. After the situation is done, women focus on, oh, he hurt me. I don't want to. I'm speaking only from experience. Oh, he hurt me. I don't want to co-parent with him because, damn. And that goes back to saying, how can you heal from a person that you have to co-parent with? How
But
can
that's what
you
I'm saying.
really?
The hurt is the emotion. The
Yeah, that's
response
why you
is
gotta
I
take
can't
it
get
out.
over it.
You can get over it. That's why I
Yes,
said
you
take
can.
the
That's what I'm saying. So it's the
take the
response that's the
emotions out
problem.
the situation
and
and hey, okay, let's put the emotions to the side and let's be here for the kids. Let's be the adults and be here for the kids because the kids did nothing wrong.
Absolutely agree.
one.
But
Let me get a hard pause in here right quick. Shout out my boy Andre Clayton, bang bang, the Niner gang, Brock Purdy doing them dirty. I can't wait for December 3rd, my boy. It's going down. And congratulations, he just had a baby, by the way, and he's a newlywed. My boy out there giving out commitments out here. And
Okay, that's what I'm talking about.
we celebrate commitments on this channel.
Facts.
Engagements is cool. Engagements is cool, but commitments are better.
People
Now,
run away from commitments all the time.
Now, but I'll say this: if he can't make you your wife, you shouldn't make him your baby daddy. Because if he can't commit to making you his wife, how would he commit to a child? It's harder to be a parent than it is to be a spouse.
Now, Terrence, I just read Terrence comment. He said, "Can I point out the difference? Men have potential. Can't turn a hoe into a housewife. At the end of the day, some people can.
Because social media wasn't a thing.
I'm not gonna lie. I've seen it happen.
But social media wasn't a thing.
And yeah, facts. Because
but they were saying this way before social media. So let's get something from the 80s.
Until somebody told you. That goes to say, okay, well, if a man come in and say, "Oh, what's your body count?" The fuck? Why is that an issue? That was before your time.
Oh, baby, hold up.
No.
Hold on. It's an issue because it gives off an indication of who and what you are. Now we have a thing.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't, because at the end of the day, we all were children at a point in time. So at the end of the day, maybe in your younger days when you first started having sex, you probably was.
Christine, let me ask you a question.
You probably was doing too much. Men ask women, "What's your body count?" But men can never tell what's their body count and be honest. Women can be honest about situations.
Hold up.
Let's talk about some surveys.
Let me do it. Let me get this one. Okay, man. All right. Now, the body count conversation. Here we go. Now, men focus on a woman's past. You focus on a man's future. There is a reason why when you talk amongst your friends about your dude, what do your friends ask you? Where he work at? What kind of car he drive?
Yeah.
Where he live at? Because you want to know what you hold on. Just let me run for a second. Because you want to know what is he doing now? Because what he doing now can potentially determine his future. Great. So we value your past because your past is going to tell me exactly who you're going to be in the future. If a woman has a past of being promiscuous, it's a great chance she's going to be a promiscuous person.
That's not true.
Tendency,
That's not
tendency.
true, because
Trend.
That's at the end of the day, nobody stays the same over the course of years. If you are the same person you were last year, you didn't learn shit along the way.
You wouldn't be able to say that if people didn't stay the same
along the way. So if you stay the same. If you stay the same, it's a problem already. That's the red flag right there.
Now you're right about that. But certain things, but check this out though, Kristen. Certain things are hardwired in us. It's hardwired in your biological DNA, right?
Well, if you're talking about sex, that's habitual. That's more habit than.
Let me paint it. Let me sustain it. So you can. Because if I don't sustain it, if I don't sustain what I just said, it's gonna sound like I just said something crazy. Now, think of this. You're trying to put the female perspective onto the male perspective, and it's just not that. Like, we are opposites. We are not equals in no way, shape, matter, or form. And as far as relationships go, really, as far as life goes, matter of fact, fuck that. Like, as far as life goes, we are two totally different specimens with two totally different biological triggers. Now, again, let's say you go buy a car, right? And I get it, I'm comparing a woman to a car, but you're gonna get the gist. Like, if I got a 2023 Porsche 911 and it got 200,000 miles on it, are you buying that at sticker price?
Cuss no.
Why
I'm offering cash money for it.
Why
10,
not?
000,
Why not?
9,
why are you not buying that at sticker price? Why not?
Because it got too many miles in too short of a time.
Drivers. Right, and they got too much miles on it. Now it don't matter. You could change the vendors, you could change the exhaust pipe, you could change the doors, you could change the headlights, the tail lights, but it does not change the fact that this car comes with this much miles and this much baggage on it. And men value youth, fertility, beauty, inspiration. These are the things we value.
Mike, I don't know who Terrence Turner is, but he drives me up the wall. This man just said something. I took a screenshot of that and sent it to you the other day, I believe. I don't know if it was directly to you or to a group.
But that's the way. That is the way we look at it.
Yeah,
like I said, you're gonna look at what a man does now and what he could potentially do in the future. Because imagine this, Christine. Imagine if I said, I'm gonna work at McDonald's. I'm gonna make $25,000 a year. I don't want to do nothing else but this. I don't have no kids, no nothing. Because obviously making that little money with kids is terrible. And I say, this is what I want to do. And I say, you have to accept that. Would you?
No. I mean, I'm sorry. I was speaking for.
I'm gonna let you answer. Would you?
I mean, would I accept a man working at McDonald's?
That said he don't want to do nothing else but work at McDonald's.
But work at McDonald's. $25,000 a year.
Even with you as a helpmate.
Would you want to take on that? Would you want to take that on?
Is that's it?
Yeah, that's it.
That's it.
25.
No, I'm saying like, is that? No, but I'm saying that's it. As in, like, you're comfortable. Maybe he feels as if later on down the line he gonna work himself up the ladder.
No. Listen,
he has established.
Because
I'm done.
No, me personally. No, me personally. I'm the type of person. If I'm the type of person, I'm gonna be with you. If I'm going to be with you, me myself going to be with you, I'm going to see how we can make each other better. So if your regular 9 to 5 at McDonald's is all you want, and that's where you see yourself, you don't see yourself higher. Oh, I want to franchise this. Okay, what are the steps we need to take? But if you just want to be at just one of the main employees, just regular through the drive-through, you don't want to be a manager, like you're not working up the ladder, you just want to stay where you're comfortable at. It's a problem to me. I feel if we can't elevate each other, that becomes a problem to me. It's nothing wrong with you working at McDonald's at all, because long as you're not sitting at home not trying to work, I'm fine with you working at McDonald's. But if you just saying, like you say, oh, that's it, that's all, hell no, that's a problem. That's it. That's all. No,
but that's the thing. You got to come out the gate with the no. You talked all around maybe this and all that to get. No, you don't want that. Just say If you want to be stuck there, that ain't for me.
Yeah, that's not for me. If you want to just be stuck at ground level A, no, that's not for me.
Right.
No, but understand this though.
But now do you see how it happens? That was the red flag. And imagine this conversation that took 2 minutes was 6 months of you trying to want to work up the ladder, give it till next year. And no, it don't work for me. Done. He could
I'm not gonna lie. Most men nowadays will sell you a dream. So yeah,
he gave the scenario. Ain't no dream. He gave you the scenario. There was no dream. If he's giving you a dream, then there's ways to double check.
That was it. That was all. Yeah, I could do it. I'm not gonna lie.
That's it. That's the answer. Okay, great. Now understand this though. I remember I established the baseline at 25,000. The average black man in this country only made $42,500. So as we go up the ladder financially, remember our value as men come into what we can create. Because remember, our money is expected to provide for the household and the family. So as we go up the financial chain and we start reaching 70 grand, 80 grand, 90 grand, 100 grand, that means what? Our options then open now, because it's only 15% of the American public, that is men and women, that makes 100 grand a year. That's men, that's black men, white men, Hispanic men, Middle Eastern men, Asian men, white women, black women, Middle Eastern women, Asian women. That's 15%. So now, if you're dealing with men, you cut that, because 7% of women make over 100 grand a year. So that leaves what? 8% of men. Balance that down to black men. Only 5% of black men makes over 100 grand a year. So as you go up, he's gonna want something in return for that, or that 100 grand makes him an exceptional earner because he's better than the average. Matter of fact, he's shitting on the average. He's doubled more than the average.
Double or more.
So he's gonna command a higher price from a woman to deal with him. Because remember, I told somebody this offline. I said, exception meets exception. What the women want, they want average, their averageness to meet some man's exception. And that's never an equal balance. Because guess what? More money, more options. And you gotta better sell yourself of why I should forego X, Y, Z, A, B, C.
And then and then that goes back to when you said a man being comfortable at just that level. I wouldn't be comfortable with a man just staying at that level, because at the end of the day, if women ever pay attention to a man most problem come from when he lack money. When a man lacks money, a man is not himself. It's easy for women to figure it out and know how to hustle through the process. But with
more
men,
provisions.
and they have to figure out more ways to hustle, and they wasn't taught too many ways to hustle, it becomes a problem. A man is less vulnerable when it comes to him having to go out and get some more money. A man is not himself. You get an attitude, you get all kind of shitty stuff. You gotta take more from a man that has less money, because the man got a whole attitude like he a woman. I understand you're not where you need to be, but if you're not working towards it, hey, your shitty attitude gotta go.
But let's go back. But let's go back to what we said earlier. Now, I'm 30, right? Me and you in the same age range. Now, if a man does not meet his financial peak into his mid 40s to early to late 50s, so that's what, 45 to about 55, 60. Let me ask you a question, Christina. How many men you know our age walking around making $100,000 a year? Not unfair.
I know.
How many do you know making $80,000 a year?
I know a couple.
A couple, not a lot.
I know a couple.
And what do that couple do? Like what do
some people? But that's only because they're comfortable at that level.
Wait, some men is comfortable with what? Say that again, my bad.
They're comfortable at a certain level. That's why.
But that's the man. But check this out. I'm gonna write it out for you. That man that's willing to take that less. That's the man that that's the man that's actually the description of what some of y'all want. Consistent, determined. Because in order to maintain that amount of money, he has to be consistent.
Mm-hmm.
In order to keep your job, you got to be determined, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now it's not that he can't go up the ladder. He just don't want to. He want to stay right where he's at. And I'm just highlighting to you, if you're saying I don't want that ain't for me, that means you're basically by default is saying I'm gonna go up the financial ladder when it comes to men.
So Terrence said,
so CJ, be good.
Terrence said, money, but I don't hear nothing about investments.
Mike, what I be talking about?
Hey, financial literacy.
Come on now.
Financial literacy. But the unfortunate thing is a lot of us don't have it.
A lot of black people don't take time out to invest in a lot of shit. It's so much shit out here that we could invest in, but we don't take the time to sit there and learn.
Hey, nowadays, I would have said that just before COVID. Nowadays, a lot of black people invest in a lot of stuff where they sold nonsense. To truly invest, like in for instance, I'll show you how to make $1 million a week with Amazon. Buy my course. My course is $6,000, and we'll invest in it. And for what? Oh, I'll show you how to do this. You buy my course, $6,000, $4,000. I'll show you how to work from home and make socks or something weird. And they invest in that. The true real investments that the millionaires and such are doing are the ones that we tend to ignore because we don't have the assets to plug into those.
It's the hidden investments.
Right. It's it's the financial literacy, learning what to invest in, and the information. Mike said that several times. The information is out there, but we can combine several points that you made.
Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter, it's not out there.
It's out there. What you said. what you said about a guy not reaching his potential. So when a guy wants to get to a place and he can't get there, or every time he tries, he fails or whatever, them miscarriages mess us up just like it messes women up. If you trying to have a child and you keep failing, that mess with your emotion. It happens to guys too.
Miscarriages.
Bro,
I like the way you just use miscarriage.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. If you got a vision in you, that's you jotting notes down, you taking courses, you doing all this stuff.
Like he said, sometimes it takes that helpmate. That
go right there. What I'm talking about. This whole thing. If you have that vision and she can plug into it, Lord have mercy.
Mm-hmm. But our women gotta want to be the helpmate. The problem.
But see, the thing is the plug-in. I was talking in the chat. It's not so. The guys that get the chance with their potential be the ones that you see that done been through all the same 20%, like the statistics say. It's the same 20% going through the women. The guys in the friend zone, the guys that's the average earners, the guys that don't look good, but he got a vision. These are not the ones women want to plug into because they not. It was a video I was trying to get so we could upload where the lady was talking about the preoccupation in the women's mind with stuff going on, all the drama, all the stuff. It seems energetic and it makes it feel like life is really happening, but it's not. It's the boring guy that's investing and saving and doing safe stuff. Oh, for 10 years he was boring. And then all of a sudden you see him online and he got this, and now you want to show up. Well, no, when I was building the kingdom, you ain't want to be there. Now that the walls are up, you knocking on that, talking about he know me, why he acting like that? Well, because he got walls up now. You got to go through the court before you get to the tower.
Ooh-wee. Check me out. Look, how many times we sat offline and I said that women look at men like fast food. You want it quick, you want it easy, you want to just unwrap it and get right to it. You don't want to work for it, nothing. You don't want to work for it. You don't want to do none of that. But you don't want to eat that. You don't want to throw out that 5-course meal at the house, that filet mignon that is going to take extra extra care to prepare, to cook, to prep. You don't want to do that because that's too much work.
I got a question.
Talk to me.
Just because a man makes $80,000 or $100,000 a year and he's able to take care of that woman, does that necessarily mean that he's for that woman?
Nope.
No.
No, because there's some rich suckers. There's some rich suckers.
The reason why I say that, because a lot of times what y'all say, the so-called good man that the women don't want, a lot of times they might have. Now I'm saying that they don't want. I'm talking about a lot of the quote unquote good guys, the boring guys. A lot of times it's certain things they have deficiencies in. Just because
everybody got deficiencies.
Just because I'm gonna say this here, just because you can be able to take her out to eat and take care and everything, sometimes you just be a sponsor, but there's other things to your character that needs to meet because hey, just because
say that again.
Run that back one time. Sponsor.
Say right? Some niggas be a sponsor.
Yeah, because
that's cold-blooded. Wait, she done got on the camera now. Wait a minute. No, go back to the little screen.
We got to unpack this now.
Go ahead, unwrap.
We got to unpack this. Now, the thing about that, just because he's able to do those things, remember, a woman also have something that God built in her that a man has to reach certain needs too as well. And it ain't necessarily talking about taking care of her and this and that and the other. It's things about.
Mommy's not coming.
I'm gonna say this right. Because I don't want to offend nobody on. I don't want to offend nobody on her. But just put it like this: it's things that just because a man is able to take care of financially and cover every need that she want on a financial basis, don't mean that he's the right man for her. Because it don't stop with that. Because we talked about we hold on, let me finish. We was on this God talk earlier, right? About God making man to be man. See, women naturally is inclined to God in the man, and it ain't all about his financial status neither.
Absolutely.
You know?
She's supposed to submit to the God in the man.
Yeah.
And this is my thing. Even when you use that word submit, when you say submit to the God in the man, what is she submitting to?
God in the man.
The God in the man, gangster.
What is that? What is that God in the man?
The man is operating on his spiritual and biblical principle. A man that's showing proper leadership, respect, determination. A man that's showing her how to survive, showing her how to thrive.
There you go.
There goes.
You got to go ahead.
No, go ahead. No, go ahead. You on a walk.
A man that could pour into her in real time with realism, with a realistic view and a transparent view. And I'm gonna use Hook's word for a second, with a more deliberate purpose, a more transparent purpose. That's what she's submitting into. But the problem is, you're not willing to be patient enough to get to that point with that man, because you can't get past the fact. You can't get past the fact that he's stuck, or he's currently in this position, and you believe he should be in that position.
Let's piggyback on that. So, is he submitting to the man, or is she submit to what's supposed to be in the man?
The God in the man.
She's just submitting what's in him, because not what should be in him or what's going to be in him, because that speaks to you being with him on potential, and that's dangerous.
So if he has all the money in the world, do that mean he's not lacking in some of the things that he's supposed to also have?
Not at all.
Money don't.
Everybody's lacking in something.
Money don't teach common sense.
Don't teach common sense. It don't teach respect, decency.
Do money buy happiness?
Sometimes money is the reason a lot of people don't have respect.
Yep, absolutely.
Fair.
Because it's certain things when you have money, there's certain things you ain't gonna tolerate.
Because even with us as women, we feel as if, because we make more money than him, we don't have to respect. No, we still need to respect. We still need to
and sometimes it's just general courtesy. A lot of guys take respect way into some machismo nonsense. Sometimes it's just general courtesy. Like somebody holds the door, you say thank you. You might have on red bottoms and whatever, but that's just general people to people.
I'm gonna quote Meek Mills for a second. He said there's levels to this. And the respect does have its levels. Now, granted, everybody deserves some respect, right? Even though I don't know about using a real weird example. Even though Cardi B promotes the music that she promotes, even though Sexy Red promotes the music that she promotes, that don't mean that she should be disrespected. She still deserves some type of respect. She's a human being. Now, she's not gonna be as respected because as your accomplishments come, the respect comes. You have to be accomplished in life in order to get respect. The thing is, men understand this functionality. Like, there's no way I can sit in the same vein and say me, Jeff Bezos, Jim McAvell should all be in the same respect. We should all get the same respect. They're gonna pull out their wallet. I'm gonna pull out my wallet, and it ain't gonna be the same respect. Not nearly. But we're all human beings, though, right?
That's what I was talking about. The person to person respect.
In that context, yes, the respect should follow. But we lose sight of where the respect should, I shouldn't say stop, but it should be, let's put it like that. You should cap it at a certain point. Like, there's no way I should be respected the same as Damien or my boy Pratt. Because one, y'all been working longer than I have. Y'all have more means and resources than I have, of course, because of what I just said. So there's no way we should be respected in the same vein. But as far as being men, yes.
I got a question.
I'm listening.
What's the young lady name? What's the young lady name on here? What's her name?
Christina.
I call
I
her
got a
Chrissy
question.
Pink.
Huh?
Yeah, you can call me Pink.
Chrissy Pink.
Pink?
Yeah.
How do you differentiate? How do you tell the difference between a sponsor and a man that you need? I'm talking to you.
A sponsor
I'm
and a man
talking to
that
you.
I need. Okay, so my point of view of a sponsor is somebody when you come in the situation, you come in offering money, you come in offering gifts, you come in offering XYZ. You're not coming in trying to know me. You know what I'm saying? You're coming in and say, hey, look, this you need XYZ, this and that. Hey, you're trying to buy me versus trying to get to know me. So yeah, I'm gonna cipher out and be like, hey, let me see what else I can get. Cause that's how you approach me. You approach me
That's
in that manner.
right.
But isn't that boy? Hold up. Wait a minute. That's a 22. Didn't you say? Didn't you say earlier that those red flags, you gotta
Yeah.
meet those head on? And
Yeah,
wouldn't
that's
that be if
but
you
a man
automatically
can't
click?
say, oh, she's using me. How am I using you when you came in the situation doing
I say,
saying X, Y,
well,
Well,
my
and
Z?
definition.
I was gonna speak to that because to me, are sponsors are the male version of the
Tricks,
female escort.
tricks. It's
You on my
literally tricks.
arm, you look good tonight, but that's the role you play. And so you got dudes that's like that, that's on that sponsorship, and that's what they do. I trick off cash and I'm make it look good, like I'm, top dog or whatever. And at the end of the night, is all right.
Because
So
men have been and this is the part where I give men the pushback. Men have been conditioned to believe that you need the girl with the fat ass, the cute face, and the slim waist, aka a bad bitch. But
I want a
guess
good
what?
one, somebody I can get along
But
with.
guess what? But guess what? It costs money to keep that bad bitch running.
Yeah, it
That
do.
bad bitch is like a Porsche. It costs so much money to maintain. It costs so much money to keep. And you end up being in a situation to where you're having to leave with your money because that's how they're watching you. That's how they're gauging you.
Mm-hmm.
Because remember, the what our sisters are telling us, they say, I want a man that makes at least as much money as I do or more. And we live in a time where women could get paid way more than men.
Mm-hmm.
So if a woman is making, I mean, look, you can literally take pictures of your feet right now and get on OnlyFans and make about $200,000.
Man, don't make
That's
now
why
sense.
I say it goes to when I made the comment about when men lack money, they have issues because it's harder for them to make a living nowadays. If you
It
don't
is.
have a set career job to where you're making XYZ in life, then you gonna lack a lot of shit because you're lacking money.
Pink,
So
So
with that
the
being
we
attitude is gonna be bad and everything.
so
Pink,
with that
we've
said,
gotten to
go
I was
ahead.
going to say we've gotten to a place because we've gotten so far from family that our mindset, men really think that the wallet is the only way to get that female. If we gonna
Mm-hmm.
get somebody that other people we want to be respected for the woman that's on our arm, we got to have that wallet because that is
Hey,
Well, I will say this.
promulgated. That's pushed
I,
forth.
I
That's
have to interject with this though, Hooks. A man is judged by the woman he keeps.
yep.
so
His
I
wallet,
want
his
to.
woman. Yep.
Hey, I want to just keep back on that with her because I want to hear from her. So we talked about the sponsorship, the sponsor person. What about the man that you feel that you want versus to the man that's trying to pretty much sell himself by buying you? You know what I'm saying? Just hey, I got this, I got that. What is
Mm-hmm.
the difference with that? So what are you looking for?
What am I looking for?
Speak from a woman perspective. from your
Anyone's
perspective,
humblest opinion.
I mean,
from your
I'm not
perspective,
gonna lie, like I've said before, I can do 50-50 with a man and I have no problem with it. You know what I'm saying? Reason I say that is because at the end of the day, long as we can sit down and say, like you said, talk it out. Long as we can sit down and say, hey, what are your goals? What are you trying to press forward to? If we can't give each other that motivation to go where we need to go in life, what are we doing? So yeah, I can be with somebody that does not have XYZ because this is somebody I want and I see a potential life with this person. But if I see that person not trying to set goals and level up, that's why it goes back to saying, hey, if you're the same person you were a year ago, then it's a problem because you're not elevating in life. If we're not elevating, that what a man that I want, if he's lacking that, then it's a problem. Yeah, I can deal with somebody that has less than versus me saying, "Oh, I'm gonna take the sponsor." The sponsor is not somebody probably I want. So yeah, I
The
can put
sponsor somebody you can't have.
no,
The
and
sponsor.
it's not even somebody you can't have because at the end of the day, sometimes sponsors tend to fall into liking of you because your vibe. If your vibe is right, that sponsor might be like, "Hey, look, you know."
We talked
So
about red flags earlier, right? I'm just saying,
yeah,
sponsors tend to sponsor.
I got a
yeah,
You know what
question.
I'm saying?
I got a question for the men. Have y'all ever dealt with a woman that maybe was married, that made a dealt have a man that had more than y'all, but they might have reached out to y'all and wanted to get certain attention and vibe that that man that had more than y'all couldn't give them. Have anybody have ever had that experience?
Say it again.
yeah. Because I was gonna say, because
You said
I
he
think
asked,
you're
have you
saying
ever been put in a
something
situation
similar.
to where you was was a sponsor?
No. Have you ever met a woman that had a man or had somebody that had 10 times more than you, right? Can give her
Mm-hmm.
anything she wanted, but she would be gravitating to you on things that, and it wasn't about money because she didn't need that from you. She might be living at a certain pace, but it's things that mentally, maybe even physically, even spiritually, that he wasn't giving her that she was gravitating to you about. Have you ever just
I
met a woman that I'm speaking to the men now. I'm talking to the men.
I mean, I'm
'Cause
trying to understand what you're saying, but it's just like
I get what he's saying now. Yeah.
I get it, but I
So
think it goes to Terrence's comment when he said a man would fall in love with a waitress. A woman is prevented from falling for a bus driver.
yeah, because
so
our standards are
Now,
different. Like
now,
y'all looking for value, we looking for that thing, whatever that thing happens to be. But to what the D Black said, not as drastic as that, but most women that if I spend one-on-one time with, it's usually because of the intellectual and the spiritual connection. Most women, especially, I don't want to say bitter, but like damage they've had, trauma in relationships, they tend to gravitate toward me because they like, I see his integrity and his authenticity. He's a safe bet.
now,
And it took my sister telling me, you not paying attention, for me to realize that I was getting myself into situations that I need not be into. Because I don't game and all that stuff. I listen to God. If he tell me back off, I don't know why he said back off. I just back off. Because obedience is better than sacrifice. I don't want to have to try to
You
fix it
better
later. And
listen.
I don't want to have to lose a whole bunch because I ain't listen. So if he say back off, back off. But back
have
off.
you,
But in most cases, it's the spiritual and the intellectual integrity that I hold that they gravitate to.
Terrence
okay,
just said men
Something
want
I'm with.
peace. You don't think women want peace either?
but a lot of
I don't know. That's why I wanted to play that video because a lot of
you gotta
women like
find
the
it. You
energetics
gotta
of
find it.
drama.
Like brother, we had 2 hours and 34 minutes. You
I
gotta
know.
find it. But now, okay.
Oh, you want me to find it? I'm gonna have to disengage for a bit, but I'll find it.
Go ahead.
Boom, give me this.
All right.
He
Black,
talking
to answer
about
your question. To answer your question, have I ever dealt with a woman that another man was giving her more and she still chose to fuck with me? Yes. And I've already said it, bro. Like at this point in 2023, I probably clear about 30 to 35,000 a year. That ain't really a lot of money. That's below the average. And women are in their peak negotiating age is in between 18 and 29. So, hence you start seeing a bunch of younger women deal with a bunch of older dudes. And the older dudes are what? More financially established. More often than not, they are. More experienced in life, more financially established, et cetera, et cetera. So, by proxy, yeah, she definitely was with somebody that could do more. But the authenticness, the transparency, and the consistency in which I give is unmatched. It's unparalleled. Like it's not a dollar. It's not a dollar value you can put on it. That's why I say you could put me in a room with niggas that got 100,000, 150,000, and I will blend right in.
I'm gonna learn a lot.
I will blend right in because of one, my success rate, past success with a relationship. The fact that I've gave a woman a commitment before, and I'm speaking from a place of experience when it comes to commitment, et cetera, et cetera. And it's like majority of, if 80% of our children are born into single parent households, and only 5% of our people makes over 100 grand or more a year, that means what? By proxy, when it comes to relationships, majority of the time our relationships will be based on what? It'll be based on what?
You asking me the question?
Yeah, that's an open question. It'll be based on what? Whatever. It'll be based on whatever that person perceives to be valuable instead of what might actually be valuable.
And you said what if a woman is with somebody and then I guess end up with somebody that offers more?
Yeah, like
if he just have more financially, he's able to give her all the financial security in the world. Take her anywhere on the planet.
I can speak from experience. Before I
That's why
had
I
a
asked you
child,
first.
before I actually couldn't like focus. My baby was over here doing some stuff, so she not sleeping. But I was in a situation before I had a kid, and I could say he was a sponsor or whatever the case may be, way older. And yet and still, even though I was getting everything I wanted, everything I needed, I still chose to be with somebody that had less than, not only because, and he could provide almost the same, but not everything that he was providing. And I still chose to pick somebody that was on the average level. And I got fucked in the end. I should have stayed with my sponsor.
I swear, I was about to ask you. So, are you better off now, or you was better off then? And I guess you just answered that question.
Either way, I still provided for myself, no matter the sponsorship or not. So, with that being said, I'm still providing for self, no matter what. Like, even though, like, if you was to talk to the sponsor, he'll still tell you, even though she was getting XYZ from me, she still was able to do her own thing. She still was able to provide for herself. At the end of the day, I'm not that type of woman that can sit there and say, oh, I'm a fully just depend on a man. If my man was to lose his job today or tomorrow, I would be able to have his back. Because why? I don't solely depend on nobody. That's where a lot of people go wrong. Oh, let me quit my job and solely depend on XYZ. No, I'm still going to do what I need to do.
But this is my question to you. This is why I said that. What attracted you to that other guy with less more than that other guy with more.
Because he had to
Because
overcompensate somewhere.
emotionally he was feeding my emotions at the time. At the end of the
Mm.
day, the sponsor was there to sponsorship. He got to know me, but at the end of the day, he did not want a relationship. He wanted to be that sponsor. He wanted to just be that sponsor. He wanted to still
Look,
do his thing, but he wanted to make sure I was good.
Mm.
Hooks, I ain't gonna lie, you didn't fuck the game up using this sponsor word, bro. I ain't gonna bullshit you.
That wasn't me. That D.
Yeah.
That D. That sponsors
Describe
here.
people as sponsors is the core of the problem. No, okay.
Wait, say that again. Read it again.
My boy
No,
T said describing
Terrence
people as sponsors.
said if women wanted peace, we would not have passport bros.
Had the
And
passport
then
bros.
he said describing people as sponsors is the core of the problem. But sponsorship still help. Sponsorship still help. And no, it wasn't that he was a trick at the end of the day, because I still took a liking into him. It was just the point of he did not want a relationship. He knew
So
that he was
That's
not
sponsorship. Yeah.
he knew that hey, he was a truck driver. He knew, hey, I'm only in town for XYZ
That makes
amount of
sense.
days. I cannot be here for you physically like I know I should be. So
So
with us as women, men expect us to just be like, oh, she can't accept that. Oh, I'm a truck driver and I can't be here. Me, I'm a Pisces. I like my space. So at the end of the day, did I have a problem with him only being there for XYZ days? No. I was fine with that.
Did you have
But
that
if he
so
conversation
felt
with him?
like, huh?
Did you have that conversation with him that you don't mind him being away?
Yeah, he still felt like because he said his reason was at the end of the day, at some point, you're gonna feel like you need me there physically.
And this is
so
why I said them red flags. The
so
sponsors sponsor.
but
Players
so
gonna
okay.
play.
so
Niggas
you
gonna
But
nigga.
saying
I
you
didn't just I my thing was I didn't just
You still
look
ain't
at
found that
him as a
video?
sponsor to me.
No, I'm looking through everything, bro. I'm all in
so,
the archive.
so you saying he only fulfilled one part of what you needed out of him. That's
You say
what you
what?
sound like. He only feel one part of what you needed out of him. Well, he did the financial thing and whatever else, but he didn't fulfill you completely. That's what you're saying, right?
Yeah, because emotionally he didn't.
Hey, let me.
Emotionally he was there emotionally every now and then, but like being
Yeah,
there, like he said, being there physically, he couldn't do it. So with
let me
that
ask you.
being said, physically, I wanted more physically. So
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 after we sat down and we had that talk,
hold on before
you
you ask
know,
your question, D Black. Hold
so
on. I don't mean to jump in the middle of this, but T, I need to ask Terrence a question. He says, up. He said, tricks are tricks. Up is up. Down is down. And he said, I'm about to read your man coming tripping. And he said, didn't y'all talk about our people changing the definition of words earlier? Definitely.
That is exactly what I'm talking about. Sponsors gonna spot these red flags. You cannot negotiate out of these red flags.
Terrorists. You
You
can't
can't
negotiate with terrorists.
do it.
Because I mean, it's
no, but in my case, we talked beforehand. So the red flags
But
wasn't.
so what you said was that you had the conversation with him, and he was like, "Eventually, you're gonna be like, you need me here physically." And then you said just a second ago, it got to the point where you needed him more physically. That's exactly what he said.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So the conflict was already there. You already
Yeah,
knew that. You
he
had a discussion.
already said that because that was something that remind you he was working over the road. So out of a whole month, he probably was at home officially 8 days out of the month. Eight
Yeah,
days.
that makes sense. Yeah, yeah.
8 days out of the month because he took on a job that required him to stay gone longer than usual. Because when we first started talking, he was at home and everything was good. So when he transpired and he asked, he said, "Well, hey, look, I'm gonna change jobs it's gonna require me to stay going more. So
How long
it wasn't a problem to me because hey, I'm older and I understand what it takes to provide for a home. Hey, so if that's your job, that's your duties, do that.
and you say he was a driver,
Mhm.
and if you talking about 8 days at home, you know, I did truck driving for a little bit, and I remember before we went out on the road in the class, dude, the instructor would tell us, he said, I ain't gonna lie, this business here kills a lot of relationships because you'll be out so much on the road more than you be at home, you know. Especially with some truck drivers jobs, because sometimes some people don't go home. Some people don't see home, but probably 20 days a year.
No facts.
And that's the
So
ones
so
that's probably making the money.
But
yeah, and
you have to be really mature to date a person that drive trucks. That's why a lot of people say, "Oh, truck drivers are hoes." It's not that they're hoes. It's just that a lot of people, like you said, talk. You gotta talk it out. A lot of people say, "Oh, I can deal with you being gone X, Y, Z," until being gone is actually a thing now. And now, oh, you being gone too long, and the problem is you being gone. That's the main issue. Oh, he's gone too much.
But
Okay,
once
cool.
you
But
find out he's a truck driver
in the
and you know what comes
beginning,
with it,
in the
peace
beginning,
out.
he told you that. He talked it out to you. He confirmed, hey, this is what my life consists of.
see that's what I was talking about earlier. That checkpoint
Hmm.
before he get up in the door. Look, this is what it's all about.
Oh,
This
but
is
my
what I.
friend told me in the beginning, so it was just like when I wanted more, he rejected the situation because he was just like, I don't want to offer you more, and I know how the situation ends. Okay, cool. And so with that being said, he was basically telling me, find find what more you want. And that's
Well,
exactly what I did.
quality time is very important too. I mean, but I want to ask this here before I get off here. Hooks, Pratt, you familiar with Oprah Winfrey, right?
Yeah, I brought her up a couple of times
Now, I
earlier.
know Mike is too. Mike is a student of the game.
Definitely know
We
who
familiar.
Oprah.
We
Oprah and
familiar.
Stedman.
We familiar with Stedman, right?
Mm-hmm.
Isn't it that Oprah got way more money than him,
Way
right?
more.
And she just
It wasn't always like that, but eventually it turned.
yeah, she's a billionaire. I mean, come on, man, she's a billionaire. I mean,
Yeah,
come on, bro.
she the richest black woman in the country.
That's no doubt. But she wanted to be with a man named Stedman, man. And let me ask y'all a question.
What Stedman sleep at in that guest house?
Yeah, yeah. And
He don't even have
that's
a
what I like
room at the house.
that's what I liked
Yeah,
about David
because
Chappelle. David Chappelle, he was hating on Stedman. He told him get away from his family. But this is where I want to go with this deal, man. So here's a sister that got way more money than this man. Don't need him for nothing. What is it? What you think that's in it that why she would still want to deal with a man because she don't need him, right? Or do she
That's
she
what
do
need
I
him
asked
for
her.
when she walk on the red carpet.
That's what
huh?
I asked her.
Or do she
Yeah,
need
she
him?
want to walk on the red carpet. What you say, Jermaine?
She need him for when she walk on the red carpet. See, she came up in a time where you supposed to have a man. A lot of these cats, they just have a woman for the red carpet. Now that's a
Mm,
sponsor. I need you to sponsor me to this
mm,
occasion that we going to. Who is
mm.
that? That's my TV?
No, that's my
No.
baby tablet. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
okay.
It's
Oh.
still nice to give me.
See,
I'm
It's all
sorry.
green.
and I don't mean to be mean and I don't mean to be rude, but if somebody is sponsoring, see that's what they say in college. What the sponsor is doing is help supporting the college, which means the college is taking money from the sponsor. Any team is taking money from the. So
I'm getting confused with the sponsorship shit. We call that tricking, regardless. You know what I'm saying? No
It's
matter
not
how we
tricking.
look at it, what
It's
we
not
call it.
tricking if you got it.
It's
No, a trick
tricking
is
if
a
you
trick.
got it.
Let's go back
That's
to
what
Pimp
Lil
C.
Wayne say.
It's
We
trick.
don't give a damn about what Lil Wayne talking about. That's what Lil Wayne said. Nigga, Lil Wayne a trick too. You know what I'm saying?
I love it. You
Yeah.
come from the same race that I do. Yes, sir. Preach on.
Yeah, it don't matter. See, that's what niggas say to deflect what they really doing to make it sound cool. Now, nigga, it's tricking if you got it or if you don't got it. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Cause I bet you when you walk away, the nigga, I bet you when Lil Wayne walk away, old girl be like, look at what he tricked off on me. See what I'm saying?
So let me ask you a question. What is a trick?
Anybody that gives somebody money, whether it's for sexual favors or not. We
So
ain't in a relationship, so I'm paying your way. I'm tricking.
You're using money
So
to
for a service.
Yeah, for a service. Yeah, there we go.
service.
You're using money
See,
for a service, and that
Whether
service
it's
does not
sex
have
or
to be
not.
sexual.
Even if I just pay you to walk with me to the red carpet, hey, I'm gonna give you such and such money.
That's an escort. That is an escort.
It's service I
It's
can
still a prostitute. It's still a
Hold on.
prostitute.
Hold on. It's levels to that because see, a sponsor could be, look, I'm finna go just buy her some joys. I ain't gotta have no sex from her or nothing. Oh, then what you
But I'm
need? You
still
need this.
tricking off money.
Quick question. Guys on the panel, have you ever bought something for a woman just to buy it?
Yeah, and I was tricking.
That
don't mean you
it
was
wasn't just to buy it then. That's what I'm saying. That was purpose.
That ain't necessarily true.
Have I ever bought a woman something just to
Only
buy
time
it?
I done bought
I'm not talking
something
about your
for a
wife.
woman
I'm talking
and
about a
trying to do
female.
that.
I know you know that. I'm just making it.
So if a woman buy a
Definitely.
man something,
We already got
that's
tricked,
tricking
baby.
too.
Say
that again.
Nah.
If a woman buy a man something, that's
Hold
tricking
on.
too.
If we
Yes,
mutual
trick has
friends,
no
that's
trigger role.
different. If we mutual friends, that's different. If we
That's
just
different.
friends, that's different.
That's different.
If I buy you something, I'm trying to get something out of it. Whether I get it or not, I'm trying.
Guys use their value to build reputation in a woman's eyes. If he just say, "Hey, how you doing?" Matter of fact, go back to Scarface. I'm shopping for a lady friend about your size. She tried it on. I said it's yours. That cricket.
So
That nigga was out there saying, do it though, Pratt. Finish the song. She came running down the hall on blouse, busting notes, was still stunning. Yeah.
And what they do, exchanging faces, and then Devin the dude couldn't even be on the radio version. That's how bad it got.
And all we doing is putting it on game. See, that's what y'all were talking about earlier. Men will wear many faces. We'll do whatever. We'll prolong for a shot of cop. We'll wait it out. We'll do whatever we will for you. We find you into the vulnerable moment, and you want to give me a shot because you're gonna be like, you know what, you've been this nice. I think I might give him some. After what?
So you deserve a piece.
That's what he been wanting to do the whole time. He done hit you with the overlay for the overplay.
So what you saying?
Hey D, you got to jump in there, man. You got to come on.
Dre dropping that shit, boy.
Hold on. So what you saying is you can't buy that person that just because you want her to have it.
I didn't say you can't. I asked who has done it.
Y'all just said it means tricking because you got an agenda. That means you really want something behind it.
And I said we all
check it out. I'm empirical. I asked who on the panel has done it because that's who I want to talk to find out why they did it. Because most guys use that to build value in a woman's eyes so that they can gain favor with her. Am I wrong?
But see, that ain't always true though. That ain't always true. See,
I didn't say it was always true. I just want to talk to the one who did it so I can find out why.
But see, every man got to speak on what he did and why he did it. You know what I'm saying? Because if you say
that's why I said if you do it out the kindness of your heart, that's not tricking. You really just looking at, hey, she needed a pair of shoes. I got that.
You don't expect nothing in return.
Yeah,
there you go.
Don't expect nothing in return. But at the end of the day, you still gonna get something in return because that's a friendship you building, regardless. You still getting something.
You don't want nothing directly. You don't want nothing in return directly. Let's say that.
You can't count the tricking though. That
Men always have a hidden agenda. They always want some shit.
It's not always true, but it's the tendency. It is the tendency.
Me a lot of it. You right, then I want some out of it. Yeah, you right.
Hey,
but
if the meal is what you want, say it. Whether it's on the plate,
you know,
whether it's on the plate or on the bed.
Whenever you.
But I use this example. I used this example about 2 weeks ago. I said men lie to get what they want, or they put on faces to get what they want. Because let's be honest, Christina, you're a woman. I mean, this is no disrespect. What if you didn't know me? Let's say you didn't know me from a can of paint. Let's say I'm Pratt. You don't know Pratt. Let's say I'm Pratt. And Pratt comes up to you and say, look, I don't want to get to know your kid. I don't want to know what your career, political aspirations is. All I want is to fuck. I just want to fuck. I don't want to do nothing else. I don't want to take you on no dates. I don't want to meet your family. I don't want you to meet my family. I just want to simply do this. What would be your response? What would be your response?
I would say no, because simple fact is.
All right. Hold on. The why doesn't matter.
Okay.
It doesn't change the fact. It doesn't change the fact that you're saying no. I'm not. That's the only reason I'm saying it. It doesn't change the fact that you said no. So essentially, mission failed, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was honest. I was open. I was transparent. I was all these things, and it failed. I didn't even get a fourth through my mission without it failing. Now imagine if I put this face on, I might have to trick a little here, trick a little there. You know what I'm saying? Maybe overcompensate here, overcompensate there. What ends up happening? I end up getting exactly what I wanted.
Because reason I say that, I am 31 and I've never had a one night stand. So just fucking somebody on the first little meetup, that's not my thing.
But that's my point.
But say for instance, if I was just a person that did not mind a one night stand, if I'm in the mood, you in the mood, maybe. But I'm just not that person. I can't do a one night stand. It's just like
the tendency is that men use. Say what?
Say what? Y'all talking at the same time.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, what if that one night stand was Denzel Washington? Or somebody else?
I don't give a fuck.
I knew you were gonna say that. I said that in my head before you said that. I knew you were gonna say that.
I don't stand strong. Reason being because at the end of the day, that one night stand could probably make me or break me.
Sure,
that's my motherfucking health is involved.
Oh, you're right.
I'm got one better than that. It's another body added to your resume.
And sure enough.
Exactly. It's just not for me. I'm not.
It's another body. It's another body that you're not gonna disclose later when asked.
But I guess D Black, the tendency is that men use deception and lies to get sex, while women tend to use that to get relationships.
Because believe it or not, and this might shock the world, but it's easier for a woman to get dick than it is for a nigga to get pussy.
Absolutely.
Because remember, I gotta meet all these checklists in order for you to even feel safe enough to be around me to get naked and take your clothes off.
And be vulnerable, yeah.
Meanwhile, all we care about is, are you legal? Are you clean? And it's sometimes some people don't give a fuck if you both.
Exactly.
Therapists both. So I ain't gonna lie too, it's easy for a nigga to fuck a fat bitch before he even get what he really want. You know what I'm saying? No disrespect to the big woman on there, but I'm just saying.
To my building that resume. That's funny.
I'm not gonna lie, if a man approached me on some, okay, I don't want to get to know you, or some type of thing, okay, we might don't want to get to know each other like that, but hey, let's go on a couple of dates. And I'm the type of person.
If he take you on a couple of dates, that's the tricking part.
No. Because I'm the type of person, we can go on a date, and if we not into each other, I can pay for my own meal.
Interesting.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just not that woman that'll, let's go on a date and you just pay. Sometimes I'll pay for myself. I'm not that type of woman. Even if Even if that man paid for me this time, next time, hey, look, you want to go on a date? Like, I'm in the mood to go on a date. Say, this is my treat. So
now in mass, now let me ask you a question. And bro, we about to reach 3 hours. Jesus Christ.
That's why I say call me when we're done.
Yeah,
so,
for sure.
yeah.
For sure. All right. But we established that the way you think is a one of one, right? It's a unicorn. It's a rarity. It's an anomaly, right? Now, do you think your fellow sisters? I ain't talking about Cecilia or Nikki or Ty.
Or Ty. Yeah.
I forgot her name for a second. I'm talking about your fellow black women. Do they think like that in mass?
The friend group that I have.
Well, so no, I'm saying like based on what you've seen, based on what you've seen and what you know, do the women in majority speak just like that?
No, because a lot of women feel as if, oh, he should just pay for everything. We living in a time where shit is higher. Sometimes
so let me ask you
I
this.
ain't got it. Sometimes a man ain't fully always got it, but he ain't gonna say, "Oh, I ain't got it." Okay, well this time I'll pay for it. And if another woman say, "Oh, you stupid for that," let me be stupid because simple fact is,
be the single one. I don't know. I think we're talking about two different scenarios. Because if we're talking about a dude that approached you and say, "I just want to smash," and you decide to go on a few dates or whatever, I'm pretty sure his objective is still, "I just want to smash. I got to go through these dates to get to the end of it."
No, it's not even just that. I would be like, okay, we can be cool, but I'm not into fucking. Like, I don't want to fuck.
Yeah, that's you. I'm saying it hadn't changed his goal.
Mike.
Let me ask this question.
Right quick. I just want my girl to hear this because my girl, just like her, she say that a woman, we go out, a woman to pay for their own meal. Now you said that's what.
That's tricky.
For a woman to pay for their own meal.
I lie. That like it's an anomaly. It's a one of one. It's a unicorn. It's a rarity. It does not happen in mass.
It doesn't happen. That's what I'm telling you, baby. A lot of women don't do that.
That's the talking point though, and that's why we gotta push up the women that think like Christina, that move like that.
That's a beautiful
because
thing.
I don't. Reason being, I don't mind because, like I said, we're living in a time where ain't shit cheap no more. Food
but
that
I'm
we
gonna tell you
gotta
something
buy
too,
ain't
though.
cheap no more. So it's just like, even if, say for instance, if he put the bill, okay, I got the tab. And a lot of women just be like, oh, he got it. No, why the hell you want to? You want him to tip too?
But see, the thing about it is, a man will still think he got action, even though you pay for the whole thing. Of the fact of the matter is, you got me with you.
Say that again,
all I want to, some men will still think they got a shot because all I want to do is be in your presence anyway. Matters who pay for the bill. I just want to get in your presence to shoot my shot. It don't matter who
it hadn't changed his goal.
Yeah, it hasn't changed his goal. No matter who pays for what.
Man, let me ask y'all a question. I probably shouldn't ask Hooks because Hooks is another unicorn of one of one. You don't think like the typical dude. But have you ever took a woman on a date that you don't have no intentions on having sex with? I didn't say you would, because just because you took her on a date, that don't mean you will. I'm saying, have you ever, as a man, have you ever took a woman on a date that you had no intentions on having sex with?
Yes. She said me, and I'd be lying if I say no.
I'll be lying too.
I like y'all think
because
I'm not gonna lie, I have
no. You can't
answer
this
question. This is for the men.
Let me tell you something, baby girl, about women. See, women are flirtatious by nature. Y'all just nice and y'all just doing things from the bottom of your heart. Us men are predators. We gonna try to get up in there any way we can.
I'm looking at D Black's face. This man wants to explode right now, bro. D, this is double Dutch, man. You just got to get to watch some ropes and jump in there, bro.
I'm listening. I want to say something.
He said define a date.
First of all,
because I don't think
I'm
about
there.
Go ahead.
I'm down there 50 years old, man. I'm gonna tell y'all something. I come from old school. Y'all, what y'all call tricking from the way I was brought up, it ain't necessarily that it's tricking. Sometimes, a lot of times, when somebody takes somebody out, it ain't necessarily that the gender is about sex. You just having a good time. And when
Yeah, that's true.
and from an old school traditional thing, men would do those things not because he's trying to get it, he's trying to have sex. Not say all, but you know what I'm saying. We do things because look, man, let's go do this here. I got it. Let's go do this. I got it. It ain't about man. One of these days, niggas, she gonna give me these drawers. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
but at the same time, those men were still looking for those females as potential wives or somebody they could. They weren't just
That's
like
not a trick. That's not a trick. You don't want to preach all the time. A man that finding a woman is finding a good
wife.
thing, right? So
Man,
what's the
that find a
point?
wife finds a good thing.
Hey,
But
let me
that's
ask
what
you
I'm.
this, D
That's
Black.
what I'm
Let me ask you
saying.
this, D Black. So
It's a
you trying to
difference.
tell me you take a woman out on a date, show her a good time, and she say, "Well, look at D Black. Since you done showed a woman a good time, I'm gonna give you some of this pussy. You not gonna take it?
But that don't mean that don't mean
Or
even
you
if I
not gonna
did
take it?
if I
Answer the
did
question. The man say,
I'm,
so are
I'm,
you not
I'm,
gonna
I'm,
take it? Yes or
I'm
no?
if I
Dumb
did or
answer.
I
Dumb answer.
didn't, that don't mean that was my agenda. You
No,
just
that's
said
not your
Not
agenda.
Pratt knew that.
Your
so,
agenda was just to
so
show her a good time. So
yeah,
do you
Yeah,
say
you
no, baby
completed your
girl?
agenda.
I'm cool. I just want to show you a good time. I don't need that. Or is you taking it?
it depends on how I feel at that time.
Is you
I
getting
ain't
it
gonna
or
lie.
not, man?
No,
Is
it,
she getting some coochie or not, man?
Hey,
I'm
look,
telling
it,
you,
I ain't
man.
gonna lie. Hey,
You
hey, I'm
turned it on. I
cashing out.
think the
Just
air
for
ain't
saying.
on outside.
Hey, I'm cashing out. I ain't gonna
I'm
even
not gonna
bullshit.
lie. You turn it down the first time, she gonna be like, you know what?
Yep.
He is different. So that
Trust.
You
second
know
time, I'm gonna
what?
throw it at him.
Maybe.
Hey, bro.
Depends on
Now
how
you
she
gonna
is.
Look,
now you gonna drop
he
now you gonna let me drop a question at her. Hold on,
look.
don't say what you gonna say. I'm
He
gonna
said
drop a
he
Nah,
not
bomb.
gonna take it the
3
first
hours
time, but the
in.
second time
I'm
he
gonna
gonna
drop a
take it.
bomb.
Go ahead, drop it.
But, but the thing about it, my agenda, whenever I took her out, was just having a good time. That's
Yeah,
what that's
Understood.
about.
That's what I'm saying.
So
It's based on
if
your
we if,
attention,
yeah
on your
yeah if we
intention.
but my thing is if me and her have sex that night, that's a choice that me and her both made. But
That's
yeah,
that don't mean that was my agenda. You know what I'm
So
saying?
you
yeah.
So
I'm
just
what
not
I
saying.
just
saying
no.
that
What
said,
I'm
was
saying
your
is,
agenda.
if it was
hey,
your agenda, then it's definitely tricking. You
now
did what
if
you
it
had to
was
do to get it.
if that was my agenda, I could say that. But I ain't never had to live that life. I'm not gonna lie to you. I ain't never had to. Well, I got to pay some
But see,
money.
that's
Tricking
To
what
is
get,
that's
when
what I
you
was saying
go in
earlier.
with
I
that
think we're
on
talking
their
about two
mind.
different things. If we're talking
I ain't
about
never had to
dating,
live
you're
that
gonna
life.
go out and spend time with the person to get to know them, unless you're a moron. If you're
Exactly.
talking about, yo, I see her, she got the bubble on the back, she got
Mm.
swinging baskets on the front porch. I'm finna try to get in there. Let me go ahead and talk to her. I'm gonna get her the shoes she want. I'm gonna get her the dress she want. I'm gonna get her
There
summertime.
you
I'm gonna get her
go.
a sundress. Whatever the cuss you're doing. If you're
Yeah.
doing that so that you can build that reputation, so that you can get in that box, then that you're tricking.
And I'm gonna tell
See,
you
that's
this.
It's a trick
tricking
to trick
directly.
her
Hey,
into believing
hey.
there's substance.
Now,
Ain't no
now,
substance.
now,
I do
listen. If she
he said
if
he taking it to taking it for 1,000, Alex.
hey
No,
hey
but my
my
whole
thing
thing was I'm not
I'm just
saying that was your agenda. It just happened to happen. Like, you know what?
yeah.
I want to stay for the night. You know what I'm saying? Do you send her home or do you drop out?
Hey, like I told you, it depends on how I'll be feeling that night. You know what I'm saying? That
Yeah.
I'm just
Oh,
gonna
you
keep
know
it.
he's older, so it depends
That's out
on
of
how
line.
he feeling.
Yeah,
That's
Man,
depending on
why
hey,
how I be
he's
hey,
feeling.
older.
hey, my people. It is 3 hours and 8 minutes. It is
Ooh.
11:15. We done
Yes,
gave
that's
it
why I
away on
say
a
call
mega
me.
episode.
Hey, we gonna
Hey, so let me ask one question to all the men. Have it ever been where a woman wanted to give you some and you took it every time she wanted to give you some?
Hell yeah. Why are you fucking
Oh,
crazy?
well then again
Huh?
with the unicorn
Yeah,
then, because I definitely say no.
yeah,
I'm
that's
just
just
saying.
like
Hey,
I'm
cuz.
not gonna
Did you
lie.
take it every time?
Nowadays, if a woman drop it too quick, question that shit.
Let me tell you something. I
yeah.
play
I
dominoes and
wore
all
I
money
wore rubber
ain't good
glove.
money.
I wore a rubber glove and give it a shove, my boy. I
Oh
ain't
no.
Yeah,
That man had an itch.
Hell
That ooh, don't
no,
touch it.
cause
absolutely.
transferring fluids.
Hey, to quote
Mm-mm.
Jaleel, absolutely. But nah, serious,
Oh
nah,
man.
No, see,
seriously
that's
though.
how people end up with shit.
No, oh,
Absolutely. Hell
oh, no,
no.
no, 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 no. Listen to what I said. I said rubber glove, give it a shove. That means I'm
Mm,
strapped or no tap. Now the thing
But
is,
condoms bust and shit
That ain't.
happens.
oh,
So
not these,
no.
baby. Not these. See,
He said
we
nothing
in here
you
Hold
for a
got
on.
short time, not a
titanium
long
rubber.
time.
that these goodies
We in
in
here
these
for a
streets.
short time, not a long time.
But see
Because
that question just don't go by a woman you dating. It could be somebody you already with. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no
Oh, they got
man
it
on this panel
too.
gonna sit up here and tell me that man, every time she wanted to get down, I did it.
cause look, okay, well look, you asking me my personal
Yeah.
choice, and the reason why I'm saying yes is because in order for me to even take you out, you already met other qualifications to begin with.
Facts.
Well,
Because
I mean,
if
we didn't put
you
stipulations on none of that. We didn't say nothing about taking
What's the
out. Said every
qualifications,
time
We
it was
talking
Green?
about
offered, you
competition.
accepted.
We
Okay,
talking about
y'all.
competition.
I'm a tap out. It's 3 hours and 11 minutes. I am
I'm
going to
about to tap
tap
out
out.
too.
We all about
And
to tap out. You
Michael,
finna shut this mother down.
call me when you
I
get
bet I
off.
got you. I got you.
Yeah.
Bye, Miss
Uh,
Pink.
Bye,
but
y'all.
Chrissy Pink.
to wrap this up, because good God Almighty, we done
Hey,
went
well, leave
3
out
hours
here
in.
alone.
Y'all know we have a hard stoppage at 2 hours, and we are at 3 hours and
Do
11
we?
minutes.
Because
Apparently not.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
y'all don't know how to stop.
nah, man, because these
We
conversations
talked
go on
about that
for
last
forever.
week. Don't do that.
That's what you
Nah,
were watching, the Big Four sequel,
but my peoples, I'm a holler at y'all. Let me wrap this up 2 times. I appreciate everybody that hopped on tonight. This shit show. We definitely gonna keep Christina around on a weekly or a bi-weekly basis for shit show because she brings a very interesting perspective to these conversations. Also, any more women that y'all know that would fit well in this space,
Look, I'm gonna tell you,
please bring them.
if you don't put
But make
CJ
sure
on next time, she gonna get you.
what
If you don't put CJ on next time, she gonna get you.
man, I swear next week I'm gonna make it my business to put CJ on me. Jermaine, you got anything you want to add to this?
Yeah, man. I support anybody that want to be a sponsor for a woman. Holler at me. I'm put you down.
Put him down at the monkey
Not
bar.
sure what that means, but all right.
Yeah. Nah,
We need to see the contract, man.
check out tomorrow. Let's talk about it. My boy Mike gonna bring the topic for Let's Talk About It Thursdays, man.
Got so
Pratt,
many.
where you been at, my nigga? You ain't been on the show yet.
I was telling CJ next week I should have that freedom again. I've been doing some extra duties, but next week I should have that freedom. I'm try to be in there for sure.
What you marriage counseling?
No, man, I would prefer that, but
no, you ain't gotta tell me. I'm just fucking with you.
no, I think you ain't nothing to it.
All right, D Black, you got anything you want to add to this?
Man, y'all doing a good job. Y'all know I always say, man, y'all doing a good job. Keep doing what you're doing, and make sure I get on early. I know this is my fault.
Okay, I got you, bro. Look, you got my number. If you got to text me, call me. Cause sometimes I'll be caught up in reading these comments or caught up in the conversation. I don't be scrolling down.
So
And I don't
you
click
could
in
just
no
drop
time.
it in the chat. I mean, just drop it on the page.
What we're gonna try to do is have it organized so we can just have the links already out, and then you already be there.
And the thing about dropping it on the page, anybody can hop on. I don't want just anybody on.
Yeah, but you'll see them before they come on, though. You don't gotta let them on.
That is true. You all right about that for sure. For sure.
All right, y'all. Love y'all, man.
100, bro. Love you too, bro.
All right, man. See y'all.
All right, gangster. But yeah, hooks, man.
Pratt, Mike,
conversations. Dominoe fact. We in here. You know what I'm saying? Excuse this bedpost in the background. I know they look a little ghetto, but you know, fuck it.
Shout out to the good look.
Dog, 3 hours. That wasn't supposed to happen.
And running. Yeah.
I literally, I swear, like before these shows, I be so like nervous before I come on. Because I be like, damn, bro, I don't be having shit to talk about. Maybe motherfuckers getting bored of hearing us talk, hearing our banter back and forth. But then we come in and have shows like this, and I be like, that's it, bro. This was a hell of a show. It was so bad I couldn't even read some of the comments no more.
Man, I was still trying to find the video. Yeah, straight up.
I was so far behind, bro.
But they in there. Maybe we can respond to some of them tomorrow and keep the conversation going a little bit. It's kind of hard,
definitely. But this has been your boy Mike and
Pratt.
Fucking Sam. And it's been the extended edition of the Fuck You Sam podcast. But this man, it's been a wonderful edition of the Domino Effect Conversations with Mike and Pratt. Man, I just want to make sure y'all tune in a week from Friday. We will interview my compadres at the table. It consists of Cody Wayne, Sonnet the Poet, my boy Scoob, my boy Young Casper. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's going to be very lit. That's going to be something that's very new to this channel, and I want my people to come in and support. Hey, if you love battle rap, make sure you check it out. Make sure you tune in. And, yeah, I mean, that's all we got for the week. That's all we got. But I will leave y'all with this.
Talking all that hot shit. You can watch the clip go -55, see? Nigga frostbite. Fuck out of here. And I'm Casper, a killer, and they learning this, son. And niggas don't believe in ghosts till they turn into one. Time.
Sonnet, the motherfucking poet. If poetry was a gun, then my pen is fully loaded. Time.
I'm here to let you know. If it's stuffing in your skull, I put it on my soul. Gray matter, bitch. Fuck out of here. Table shit. New York City.
AKA table shit, nigga.
Man. Respect.
But all right, bro.
All right, homie. Bruce Bowl.
Right. Bruce Bowl. Money bag
too. All right, friend.
All right, friend.
Please, friend.
Hey, I'm rapping next week, bro. I ain't rapping in a month.
Hey, launch it. Straight up.
We gonna get it. But peace.
All right, homie. Be safe.
All right.